The regular meeting of Hamtramck City Council for Tuesday, January 27th, 2026 is now called to order. The time is 7:03. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Omar, please call the roll.
All right. Councilman Hassan.
Present.
Councilman Asamiri.
Yes, present.
Councilman Saeed.
Present.
Councilman Salman is not here. Councilman Musa.
Yes.
Councilman Chaudhry.
Present.
Mayor, we have a quorum.
Okay, we'll move on to community announcements. I believe we have Tim from the Art and Culture Commission.
Yeah, we
And
have Tim Price and Lynn Blasey from the Arts and Culture Commission.
Welcome, everyone. We just want to announce that we will be having a special Arts Commission meeting next Thursday, the 5th, at Passenger and Christopher Street Gallery. And Lynn and I are on the subcommittee. We had a meeting with the mayor next week to help with the logo and seal situation. So I want you to go ahead.
So in our conversation with the mayor last week, we agreed to take on the entire city seal redesign process starting from scratch. So all the previously shown designs are out the door. The intent of our special meeting on the 5th is to collect feedback from the public. We did bring some in-person invitations. We'll be circulating them online as well. And this is the opportunity on the 5th for the public to provide their feedback and input. What do they think is important for a city seal? What considerations would they like us to include in the call for proposals? And then we'll be posting a call for proposals or qualifications, and all of that will be nailed down in our commission meeting on the 5th. So we invite the public to join us, and if people are unable to join in person, we are accepting public feedback via email. It just needs to be emailed to artsandculture4hamtramck@gmail.com before 7 p.m. on Wednesday the 4th to give us time to collect and organize it to share with the rest of the commission.
And as per the mayor's request too, besides the seal, we're going to do a logo. We're going to come up with a whole branding campaign with the color and everything that will be approved by the council. We'll have probably about 5 or 6 that we'll submit, and then we'll nail it down to one person that we'll bring aboard, provide to hire, and then have the stipend work that way. All with transparency throughout the community, with the administration and the public. So, cool. Any questions, hit us up after, and we'll be handing out the flyers.
Exciting. Thank you.
We look forward to working together.
Yep.
Mr. Mayor, may I input something
Go ahead.
about their discussion?
Sure.
So since we are doing again to the reprocess, lots of people calling the council members, including me, after you guys final, it has to come back to the council, get the approval.
All the different
I just wanna process thing, yeah.
Everything will be the.
has to council again, and our council have to approve
Anybody's
it.
willing to submit ideas, and we're gonna
Okay.
create even the elements that we'll use for the seal and for branding. We want everything to be transparent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, are there any more announcements?
Yeah, I got one more. More so kind of has to deal with what I'm doing as well. For those that don't know, we have our annual charity basketball game coming up as well. Mayor El-Habri is actually in the game, as well as Alex, our interim city manager. It's Friday, February 6th. It's a 4-city tournament. Hamtramck, Dearborn Heights, and Warren. Should be a great time. You know, got a couple mayors playing from the other cities as well. We were gonna have Councilman Hassan play, but we wanted to give the other cities a chance because he's too good.
We have to get strong.
Yeah,
I can beat Mayor, I'm a little taller,
for sure. But you know, hopefully you can come on out. You know, it should be a great cause, a great event, and it should be a good time. It will be held at U of M Dearborn, so be on the lookout for that. That's what I have. Mayor, I know you said you had a couple announcements.
So, yeah, moving on to announcements, I have a few items to share with the public this evening, and I will then open the floor for the other announcements. First, I want to give want to start by offering our deepest condolence to the families of Imam Nader Ahmed in Al Ikhlas Academy community. His loss is felt deeply by all of us in Hamtramck, and our prayers are with his loved ones. Also, for the public awareness, we have successfully installed a new secure door and working on installing cameras in the clerk's office. This is part of an ongoing commitment to making sure our office is secured and future ballots are protected. I had the logo, but Tim already handled that. So the last item I have is for Martin Luther King. I want to thank the concerned women of Hamtramck for hosting a wonderful Martin Luther King Day celebration last week. It was an honor to celebrate Dr. King's legacy with so many of you. That's all the announcements I have from the mayor's office. Are there any other? Well, there are a few other announcements. We can continue.
Nope, we can keep moving on.
Okay. Okay. So we move on to.
Proclamations and recognitions.
Yeah, that's announcements. Okay.
All right, so the 2025 annual planning and zoning report and the 2026 work plan. You want those up, Isabel?
That would be great, thank you. So this presentation about the 2025 activities for planning and zoning functions of the city covers both what staff has done in 2025 and also what the Zoning Board of Appeals and the Planning Commission took on in 2025 during regular meetings or special meetings. If you scroll down to page 2, Omar, the crux of the third page of the report, council, is about the main zoning ordinance changes that were made in 2025. Had some good progress here, thanks to the help of the commission and their involvement. We added 7 new facade building materials to both our central business district and our multi-use district. What that means is that building owners and business owners have more options and more affordable options to, while still ideally maintaining historic preservation and character of the buildings, they have a larger list of things to choose from when they are trying to redo their structures or their facades. We also have another change. If you could just flip one more page, Omar, thank you. I don't know if you can zoom in because it's vertical PDF format, but if not, that's okay. Another primary change in our residential districts that we want to highlight is that we increased the maximum lot coverage in the residential districts by approximately 7%. So it was at 67%. Lot coverage means the amount of non-permeable surface that you can build. So it's your patio, it's your sidewalk, it's your house roof. We were getting a lot of requests and variance requests through the zoning board in 2024. People wanting to build back further towards the alleyway. We have growing families in Hamtramck. We have a lot of activity going on through the building department for this. So now our minimum setback is 20 feet from the rear property line and a lot coverage of 75% across the board. And we also included a incentive for people to adopt these flood prevention and stormwater retention measures. So if you do something varying from the affordable, like just ripping up concrete or cement to prevent stormwater runoff from reaching your neighbor's house, or all the way up to as expensive as you put a fancy green roof like the Zen Center has on their structure to absorb stormwater, you can have another 5 feet taken off that setback. So you could have up to a 15-foot setback from the rear property line, and that's an 80% lot coverage. We also added and made things easier for folks to rent and create parking spaces in the downtown and the multi-use district. The rest of the report lists every single site plan review that council looked at, special land use that the planning commission approved, any facade reviews, any rezoning, or any variance requests that were before the zoning board. Just for transparency and accountability, we want to make sure everybody understands what that looks like. And looking forward to 2026, we're meeting with the commission members this week and the chairs to talk about what are the needs and gaps that we see in our ordinances in terms of zoning map and zoning ordinances, what can we make better, and be responsive to community need and interest. And I made one small mistake. I meant to put item C, the presentation of the master plan checklist, in with this same agenda item, so if you'll let me, I'm just
Oh, that's a go
gonna
ahead.
stay up here
Yeah.
and briefly introduce
Makes
that.
sense.
I just wanna start by saying that I think it would be helpful, especially for new council members. I'm open to having a work session with you if the city manager's in support of that, just to talk about like where master plans come from, and there's state law involved, and then we update it every 10 years, and it's supposed to align with our ordinances and be a tool for us to work with. So I think it would be great to talk about some more with you so you can understand it.
Before you continue with the master,
Yeah.
can you update us on the height requirement for the houses?
Yeah, so in a residential district, you can have up to 35 feet on that residential structure or 3 stories. So if you build even if you build a 2-story house with really high ceilings, for example, it can't be more than 35 feet or 3 stories. So that's what we currently have now, yeah. I'm not going to go through every single item on this master plan checklist. This is basically a summary document that condenses like a 300-page document into where CED staff and planning believes we've made progress regarding the master plan, and where we could make progress soon, and maybe what, maybe there are things that we haven't really looked at much that we can discuss. This plan was originally created in 2010, and then it was updated and readopted in 2020. So looking ahead to 2030, that's when we'll do our next decade update. And we've got about 5 years left to select some things, and especially council, if you're thinking about priorities for the next year, this is a good place to kind of ground yourself. So I encourage you to look through it. Again, I will not read, I will spare everyone from going through line items, but that's a big focus of the Planning Commission as well, to be the stewards of the master plan. So looking forward to future discussions about that, and that's all for the presentation. Thank you.
Yes, I got some question.
Sure.
You said if somebody they build, you have to be in the back between 15 and 20 feet.
Correct.
Okay, a person they built like 15 feet in the back.
Right.
Do you have enough from in the back to build the garage?
You would not. So a garage has to be at least 10 feet from the back wall of your house, so that's a good question. For safety access wise and fire safety and all these considerations, that's baked into our ordinance too. So we especially adopted the 15-foot option to get more space in the back, because we see plans coming through with people building garages on the first floor of the structure. And if you're going to do that and not have a garage in the back, that gives you the space. If you had a garage in the back, maybe it was 10 feet deep or something like that, you would still have room to have another 10 feet between that structure and the back of the house and fit inside 20 feet. So it just provides options, but it does have to be tailor-made to every property. So it doesn't mean that it's just 15 feet across the board or 20 feet across the board. It does depend on the placement of your garage.
Yeah, sometimes people they have a 2-family, when they extend in the back, they have only 15 feet.
Right.
They got 2-family, they got 4 or 5 cars. They don't have enough in the front of the house. How he's gonna build in the back, big garage to make 2 or 3 cars? Is that 15 feet is enough?
Well, I think our lot width of 30 feet isn't big enough to accommodate more than 2-car garage anyway. So we are restricted by where we are. We know that in Hamtramck we're dense, we're compact, and we're in close quarters with each other. So for most homes, you're totally right. It's a combination of street parking, and if you have a garage in the back and you're able to use it, then that lucky person or lucky 2 people gets it. I think that's something that you know, we look at, especially when we have builds for apartments, or more than two family structures, that's a conversation the planning commission has when reviewing a special land use or something, or what, that we talk about in site plan review is, how have you thought about where people are gonna park? And that's why the
Okay.
first floor garage is more popular right now, I think.
Thank you,
But,
Isabel. Thank you.
yeah.
Mr. Chair, if nobody has, I have one question.
For Isabel? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
Sorry.
It's okay.
all the, there is, Mr. Councilman, always gonna have an exemption. Okay, and also, it's all the master plan, end of the day, come to the city council to approve it. So, you know, all the time, previous also. So after planning commission, zoning, planning, everything finish up, and finally come to the council, and that time, if we have some input, we can input before that, and also that you can amend it, and it still has a time.
For ordinance changes, that's true.
Yep.
We have a hearing today, so we'll get to talk about it again.
Okay.
Thank you.
We got the Hamtramck DDA annual report. Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, Council, my name is Milo Madole. I am the chair of the Hamtramck DDA and one of the owners of Florian East on Joseph Campo. I'm also an attorney at my office on Joseph Campo in the DDA. So I guess I'll start with a message from the DDA chair, which is me. So Happy New Year to everyone. I'm looking back at the 2025 calendar year. The Hamtramck DDA is proud of the momentum of the downtown, even as we look forward to the expansion of key programming in the upcoming year. As members of the community will have noticed, improving the physical space along the Joseph Campo corridor has been a top priority of the DDA over the past few years. Where 2024 saw replacement of the old banners lining the street, the accelerated pace of improvements in 2025 included upgrades to holiday decor. More consistently, you might have noticed that the lights around the poles actually work now. More consistently maintained planter boxes and new hanging flower baskets. This winter, as snowfalls have been heavier really than ever, the DDA and city are collaborating to provide more robust snow removal and salting services along Joseph Campo. And as a business owner and current resident of the DDA, I can say firsthand that the difference is substantial. Additionally, in 2025, the DDA's Discover Hamtramck social media campaign continued to serve as an effective voice across and beyond Hamtramck's 2 square miles. Whether through promoting the Hamtramck Night Bazaar, advertising the new Hamtramck Amana financing program, or highlighting specific local businesses, the reach of Discover Hamtramck remains a major benefit to our local businesses and downtown community. As is the Hamtramck Night Bazaar, the much-loved DDA-sponsored event, which completed its first full season in 2025 and drew thousands of visitors to our city. So where next? In 2025, we were excited to, and actually this is a little out of date, but we were excited to submit an application to the Michigan Economic Development Corporation Main Street Select program. We actually heard back, I think, was it Monday, Isabel? That we were actually admitted to that, so we're really looking forward to the benefits of that program starting in 2026, from additional data sharing, branding assistance, also to access to additional grant funding, such as things like there's a facade grant program that our businesses will now be eligible for. We think those things will be felt really deeply by the business community and residents, and additional opportunities for business and community engagement at the upcoming merchant meeting. It's another big thing we are looking forward to. I think 2026 is going to be a lot of engaging with the business community and providing resources. And of course, the return of the Hamtramck Night Bazaar will be there before we know it. So thank you for a good 2025. We look forward to even better things in the year to come. And in this presentation, just going forward, we have a couple slides to tell you guys a little bit about what we did over the last year. As I mentioned, really focused in 2025 about improving the physical streetscape, but I know our new mayor is also excited about that as well. We'll probably go to the next slide. Year numbers within the Main Street boundaries, so I think that's just from Caniff to Holbrook. There were 11 new businesses that opened in 2025, and it's not up there, but 10 closed in 2025, so it's actually a net positive, which is the first time in, I think, a couple of years that we've had a positive number of businesses opening, so that's a good thing. Instagram followers was up about 800 in 2025 to 11.8 thousand, and our social media reached over 1.1 million people, or I guess 1.1 million impressions in the last year. And also Facebook actually grew pretty substantially in 2025, went up from 4,000 to about 6,000. Events and campaigns, we already talked about the Hamtramck Night Bazaar. If you haven't come, it's a great event. Lots of really cool local vendors selling, food, everything from food to handicrafts, and lots of interesting small vendors who are based here in Hamtramck. Really proud of that, and CED, who did a lot to put that on every month, and that will be back as a monthly event in 2026. The Amana Financing Program, I believe it's probably come before you all, but it's a new Sharia compliant 0% interest small business loan program that we worked on with the city's partner Prosperous Detroit. And there have been, I think, 4 or 5 loans made under that program to date. The merchant meeting, we are bringing that back. It's been a while since we've had a merchant meeting, but we think it's really important to start those up again. And we're looking forward to doing some more additional programming, perhaps some programming on taxes is one thing we talked about, and also maybe branding assistance for small businesses. And then finally, tax increment financing, something we've been talking about already extensively on the board and looking forward to educating community members about. But that's something that we think is an important change for the DDA, and you'll surely hear from us more about that in the future. This is just sort of shows the difference in the branding campaign that the social media Discover Hamtramck did from 2024 to 2025. Not really enough for you to look at that further. And these are some nice pictures. That. And the goals for 2026. I think we've mostly covered these things, but focus on Main Street, which, like I said, we've already received that certification level. There'll be more information to come about the ways that will benefit the community. Hosting more night bazaars, continuing to strengthen promotion through Discover Hamtramck, merchant meetings and other business outreach, business programming, and then fundraising and TIF outreach for education. And just a list of some of the new businesses opened. And then I think this is some interesting information for everybody. And this is something that, frankly, until I think 2 years ago, the DDA had not been gathering. So it is really interesting to look at these numbers and see how they're changing. 23% vacancy on Joseph Campo, Canifta, Holbrook, which is down slightly. We don't actually have the prior years. We just started collecting for the rest of the DDA district, but those numbers are 20% and 14%. Canifta, Carpenter, and I do note that does not take into account vacant lots in that number, so that is a little bit misleading. But overall, 19% vacant buildings in the DDA, or I should say first floor units in the DDA. And that is pretty much it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Questions or concerns?
We got the 2025 passenger recovery annual report.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council. My name is Chris Tate. I'm the Director of Passenger Recovery. We've worked with the city through opioid settlement funding for the last year, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about us and how the work of the city has benefited us and our participants. Really quickly, Passenger is the name of the organization, but we are a recovery community center. So we use music and the arts to support and enrich recovery from substance use disorder and addiction. Kind of gives people a sense of community, and individuals who are prone to addiction can change direction and hopefully improve quality of life beyond traditional support groups. Do you have my thoughts? Okay. So first I wanted to talk a little bit about how recovery centers can benefit the community as a whole. Helping people get connected to treatment, detox services, food assistance, all those kinds of things can reduce healthcare costs, decrease criminal justice spending, prevent expensive relapses. All these things are, of course, helping the participants, but they're also helping the city and the taxpayers as a whole. Next slide, please. We have peer support services and peer support specialists. So these are state certified peer recovery coaches with lived experience. I'm one of them. We're people who have dealt with addiction and come out the other end of it. What we help people again with is connecting to beyond support groups and kind of traditional means of recovery, actually community supports. So everything from food assistance to sober living housing to detox treatment services. Support groups, we don't believe that recovery is you know, a one-size-fits-all. So as a result of that, we try to have a holistic approach where we are using spiritual components, but also cognitive behavioral therapy, working with any populations that feel like they're experiencing bias, specifically through substance use disorder support. We have 12 support groups a week. We've helped over 60 people this year with individual peer recovery coaching programs. And in the last year, we've had over 3,000 people come through the door for support groups on a weekly basis, on an annual basis. We have a partnership with Well Wayne Services. I saw Conrad pointed out that you have a Narcan machine downstairs. We work with them as well, not just with harm reduction supplies, but also with harm reduction education. In Wayne County, fentanyl is the leading cause of overdose. In 2023, it claimed over 2,300 lives, excuse me. But in the last year, it's dropped nearly 50%. And that's because of these harm reduction supplies, outreach in the community, spreading awareness and letting people know that we can educate them and show them how these things work. Not just for leading to long-term recovery, but saving lives in, you know, in the immediate, when somebody's experiencing an overdose. Go ahead. Over 40 events annually, outreach in the community, working with the Hamtramck Drug-Free Community Coalition, who we're here with tonight. They're on the prevention side of things, we are on the recovery side of things. It's a great partnership. Over 40 events this year with the schools, with Hamtramck Labor Day Festival and Detroit City Football Club matches. Again, spreading awareness on recovery support resources. We don't know till we know. And so the more we can get out there in the community, the more we can educate people on substance use disorder who are having questions or concerns, not just for themselves, but for family members and friends. These are examples of some of our activities. Again, support groups are kind of the foundation for people who are dealing with substance use disorder. But our idea is beyond that. People need someplace to go and they need things to do that are going to inspire them. So we do creative writing, we have open mic nights, and we have guided music listening sessions. Again, 12 support groups a week, but multiple events a month as well. This is kind of so we started a radio station this year for Hamtramck. This is funded separately through the Michigan Arts and Culture Council, but I wanted to make mention of it because twice hourly we also, music goes around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But twice hourly we also, again, broadcast information on local treatment services and food assistance programs. So that beyond having a foot on the street, we're also taking to the airwaves, and it ties directly in with our mission of music and arts connecting people in a different way than support groups do. So funding for 2025 and the help of the City of Hamtramck through opioid settlement funding allowed us to increase peer support services by 50%. Continued funding from the city would make this position full-time. We added a peer recovery coach thanks to the City of Hamtramck in the last year. This position would be full-time if we were allowed continued funding in order to continue progress and increase our services in the community. And I'd like to thank you for your time. In uncertain times like these, for underserved communities, it's more crucial than ever to have connection to supports for those who are struggling with addiction. I'm a believer in Hamtramck. My wife and I live here. We're on Trowbridge Street behind the library. I'm also somebody in recovery, as I mentioned. I've been sober for 14 years. I got sober here in Hamtramck in 2011. At the time, there was one support group a week. I did not have a license, I didn't have a vehicle, I'd done some jail time, and I'd had 2 previous alcohol-related convictions. I didn't know where to start. And like I said, we don't know until we know. we would welcome the opportunity to give anybody here a tour, and for the last year, it's been our pleasure to work with the police department, the Economic Development Committee, and the city of Hamtramck, reporting monthly on and giving numbers on our progress, and we'd be happy to give copies of those reports to anybody who's interested as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Anybody have any
Mr. Chair.
questions?
Go ahead. Thank you. First and foremost, I really appreciate that programs that you're having in the city. It is really essential, because it's not, for me, it's for the family and friends. I do know this thing is, you all know that substance abuse and mental disorder is happening. You know, it's a lot going on in this community and other communities. I really appreciate that program, whoever initiated, I really appreciate that again and again. I don't see a number where people can confidentially contact you if they needed to get a counseling or some kind of, one-on-one session. I see locations there.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
would you
sorry, on
be-
our website, I can give you our email address and our phone number. On our website, people can also contact us directly and make an appointment. I should have mentioned that. So we're supported through the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. So everything we do is free.
Nice.
Including connecting people to Medicaid
Yeah.
and detox treatment services.
Oh,
So we are
yes.
kind of the boots on the ground connecting people, but we take walk-ins and people can also reserve time with us.
Sure.
And I'm happy to give you that information as well.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll work. And this has been my long-term goal. I have grew up here in Detroit and Hamtramck. I have seen a lot last 30 years. Many of my friends got involved with many things, And one of the community we consist of, our people are shy. Sometimes they're scared to talk to somebody. They're ashamed for what they're doing. But this program will help if if I can direct them or anyone, this is, as long as it's confidential and,
It is.
And they get a good treatment, good counseling,
Yeah,
and some of
everything
them
is HIPAA protected.
trying to get a recover
Yep.
from this, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, is to reduce the stigma, the surrounding, addiction and substance use disorder,
Yes.
in an environment that is also inspiring through music and the arts, so that it doesn't feel like a punishment, it feels like an opportunity for growth.
Yes, that's right. One other thing, is there a plan of getting a shelter for homeless folks? People that, don't know where to go. I know Detroit has a lot of shelters, a lot of things, they offer, but we are surrounded by Detroit and Hamtramck. Sometimes has some of the folks that don't know where to go. I know them, matter of fact, few of them on the street, but I don't know where I suggest them to go to Detroit, recovery places, but they refuse to leave the Hamtramck.
Sure.
So would you be planning to get something down the road for this, where people can go for this cold weather or any time they don't have any place to go?
We would be happy to enter into those discussions. I know in the last week, we've directed multiple people to Pope Francis and Detroit Rescue Mission, because they've kept their shelters open. And we also have a transportation system. So if anybody calls us and they're looking to get to those places, we can take them.
Nice. All right.
And
Thank you,
I'll-
sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
If it's okay, I'll pass out our information so that you can
Yep,
see it.
that's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we got the Pius Institute annual report.
I just wanna welcome them up and say that because the police department and CED had been having meetings with these two organizations about the use of the opioid settlement funds, we wanted to pair them together in the same meeting to talk with you about both sides, passenger side and kiosk side, and so, they're both doing really great work with the funds from the city. Thank you for that. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. We are happy to be here. We are from the Hamtramck Drug Free Community Coalition. We hope that the logo is familiar to some of you. If not, we're excited about the opportunity to just get to share a little bit more about what we do and specifically what's been done this past year through the help of opioid settlement funding. So my name is Laura Birdwood.
My name's Shannon Schaefer.
And as kind of already alluded to, of course, the opioid crisis is extremely complex. And so it does require a multifaceted effort to deal with the issues. So you did hear a little bit about the recovery side of things, and we're happy to share about what we do on the prevention side of things. So the HDFCC is actually a program of the Piast Institute, which is a community nonprofit that's been a staple here for over 20 years. So pretty good track record. And in 2007, they had established the Hamtramck Drug-Free Community Coalition to deal with and address concerns about substance use, especially among our youth. So we focus mainly in Hamtramck, but also surrounding communities as well. And as such, our official mission is to prevent and reduce drug and alcohol use by implementing effective prevention strategies for a uniquely diverse community.
And as mentioned in the mission statement, our focus is prevention, and a lot of that work is with youth specifically. Unfortunately, we know that 90% of adults with a substance use disorder began using substances before the age of 18. So again, with this, we want to target youth specifically with prevention efforts. So with this, we have an ongoing relationship that's very strong with Hamtramck Public Schools. You can switch to the next slide. So in partnership, we have collected data through youth surveys, and we've been able to collect data over the past decade, and that helps us to track trends and progress, and you'll hear a little bit more about that later. Also, we do have health talks or conversations with students in the classroom. So in the fall of 2025, we were able to engage 300 7th and 8th graders in their classroom about substance use prevention. Specifically, we do talk about safe use and disposal of prescription medications as well. We do also help to facilitate the installation of emergency overdose boxes. So 13 emergency overdose boxes were provided to all buildings within the Hamtramck Public School District, including the recreation building and administrative buildings as well. And these are, again, overdose boxes that make Narcan, which helps to reverse opioid overdose, more readily accessible in case of an overdose emergency. As an example, we do have a Narcan kit also with us today. We do provide Narcan training to students and staff as well with the public schools. We've provided staff training at their professional development days, and we are working to facilitate a training for the students, especially our outgoing seniors with Hamtramck High School. And we also provide parent-partner meetings, so not only is our prevention education focused on our youth, we also want to target parents as well. And a big topic that we've covered is the safe storage of medications in the home. So we have provided lock bags as well, so parents can store their medication safely in the home. And we provide these throughout the year beyond just these parent-partner meetings as well. We've also facilitated 3 junior coalition groups throughout the district, and we've reached about 45 students in 4th through 12th grade to discuss different health and wellness topics, kind of give them those leadership opportunities and those opportunities to champion health and wellness within their school as well.
So we do know that, the community cultures and norms also affect youth behavior, right? So we do want to focus even just beyond our youth, our students, and try to address the community at large through our community outreach efforts. So we do that through our local partnerships. We're very proud of the partnerships we've been able to establish over the past couple of decades. And we look forward to continuing our partnership with the city. We also, through our partnerships, are able to implement and host large-scale events throughout the city. Our signature event is the 5K Hamtramck Health Hike. We hope some of you have heard of that before, and we know some of you have participated as well. So this is an event that is free to the public, and we find usually 400 or more students and their families attending, which is great. We've also been hosting a holiday gift bag giveaway for our local seniors for the past 6 years. However, this past season in 2025, we were able to expand beyond the 150 residents at the Hamtramck Senior Plaza to also include residents of St. Joseph's Nursing. And with the participation of about 20 organizations, we were able to expand from 150 bags to 300. So we've been able to build capacity and our reach in the community. We also provide staff appreciation for our Hamtramck Public Schools. We always like to welcome them back, let them know that we're here, and help facilitate any conversation or help in the classrooms that we can. And also our annual public safety appreciation is a token of our appreciation for our partnerships with the community. It's a free Halloween pancake breakfast. It's always a great opportunity to just continue to let people know that we're here in the community, keep them updated, and also build those relationships.
You wanna, yeah, thank you. We also understand that the environment can impact behavior as well, so part of our programming does include making those community level environmental changes as well. So to us, that means assessing and changing the accessibility of substances in the community, especially to our youth. So you wanna go to the next slide? We do host national prescription take-back events. We host 2 a year, again with the goal to reduce the accessibility of medications that are either unwanted, expired, or unused that are in the home. And over the past decade, we have collected 650 pounds of medications and pills. And this past year, 2025, we actually collected 50 pounds of medications and pills as well. And additionally, we do facilitate community Narcan education and distribution events as well. In 2025, we trained 620 people on how to use Narcan and distributed over 650 boxes of Narcan. And we also conduct community surveys and assessments. This is to help us understand how the community landscape might be changing over time. And then additionally, we do facilitate community education and messaging campaigns. And one of our largest campaigns at this time is vendor education. So in 2025, we did touch all 75 alcohol, tobacco, and cannabis vendors in the city to provide education on proper sales of substances, any penalties for selling to minors, or any changes maybe to policies, and then we do provide those updated birth date sign. This year is actually 2005. We are providing those as we speak, but last year we did also connect with all 17 pharmacies as well to provide messaging for patrons on the proper disposal of medications.
So all of this work doesn't go without any impact. We, as mentioned before, we do community surveying among our students and the community, and we have been able to assess that over the past decade, in one of our most recent assessments, we have found a reduction in 30-day use of all substances among our youth, both in middle school and in high school. So that includes alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, and misuse of prescription drugs. We did also specifically have a decrease among our middle schoolers in misuse of prescription drugs from 10% in 2016 to 4% in 2022. We are working with the school district to update these numbers as well so we can further assess. We also are closely monitoring the opioid crisis, specifically in Hamtramck. 2021 was the year that the nation saw its most tragic year related to opioid-related deaths. So that was also Hamtramck's most tragic year. Since then, in 2025, we did see a reduction by 43% in opioid overdose emergencies here where Narcan was used. We also saw a 70% reduction in opioid-related deaths in Hamtramck.
And similar to Passenger, all of this is provided for free to our residents, to the community at large as well, through grants and other funding the city has provided. With this, the opioid settlement funding specifically, and that support in 2025 was absolutely essential. The settlement funding provided operational support to sustain the mission of the Institute as well as the Hamtramck Drug-Free Community Coalition, despite several and many federal funding fluctuations and uncertainties within 2025 that seem to be carrying over into 2026 as well. Additionally, funding ensured that we were able to continue service provision while we were also revitalizing our community space that you can see pictured as well. And we're hopeful that 2026 funding would not only assist in the sustainability of the Institute and the mission of the HDFCC, but also the expansion of programming that we can provide within that community space. And we know that that's a lot of information, so should you ever have any questions or any additional information that you're looking for, we do have our contact information, and we also welcome you to stop by the Institute if you ever want to come and visit us. We are across the street from Little Caesars, just on Joseph Campo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any
Thank you.
questions?
It's good to see so many organizations
Yeah.
helping the community, so I appreciate it. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
We got, Andrew, I wanna say his name, Capo firefighter retirement proclamation, if he's here today. If not, I will make that announcement myself. As long as it opens up.
I have it ready to go if you need me to, Tim.
Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
Okay. On behalf of the city of Hamtramck, we extend our heartfelt congratulations to Andrew Capo, as a guitar player, I also want to say Capo, but Capo, on his upcoming retirement on January 31st of 2026. His dedication and service to our community has been exemplary. Since joining the Hamtramck Fire Department on July 17th of 2007, he has served with distinction as a firefighter, EMT, and later as a motor engineer, following his promotion on October 13th of 2021. Throughout Andy's career, he has demonstrated courage and professionalism, earning 2 life-saving awards and a unit citation. He also exhibited leadership as the vice president of the Firefighters Association that further reflected his commitment to his colleagues and the department. The city of Hamtramck is deeply grateful for Andy's years of service and the positive impact he has had on the safety and well-being of our residents. We wish him the very best in the next chapter of his life and hope he has a long and peaceful retirement. Thank you, Andy.
We're done with the proclamations, recognitions, and announcements.
Okay, moving on to public announcements. Just want to remind everyone with a few points. When you reach the podium, please state your name and whether you are residents of Hamtramck or a different city. You have 3 minutes to speak, and the time will be on the timer right above the door. Per our rule of decorum, please direct all comments to the chair, which is myself. This is not a back and forth debate with the council or the audience. Finally, I ask that you maintain mutual respect. We are here to listen to your concerns, but personal attacks or disruptive behavior will not be tolerated. And with that, the floor is open.
Alright, so I'm gonna need everybody to bear with me here. We do have a lot of public comments that were emailed in and obviously that are in person today as well. So first up we have Suleiman Al-Saidi. He is commenting, "Dear Mayor and members of the City Council, I am writing as a resident and business owner of Hamtramck to formally express my strong opposition to the proposed ordinance regarding additions to accessory buildings. This proposed resolution would cause great hardship and restriction to Hamtramck businesses and other entities that currently use shipping containers for storage and other uses. The proposed resolution calls for no power, heating, or cooling to be used for shipping containers, limiting their use. Multiple Hamtramck businesses use shipping containers to support their businesses, including DCFC. At Keyword Stadium, DCFC uses shipping containers with power to store and sell merchandise, drinks, and food during their games. This proposal also requires a fence or wall installation to screen the shipping container from street view. However, this is not always possible depending on the business location. Z-Box on Kona also has many shipping containers on their lot. Will they be required to change their entire fence to block street view of their containers? The fire department also has a shipping container on their lot and is also visible from the street. The proposal also requires rat walling around the shipping container. It's not clear what are the requirements for the walling. Will businesses have to dig and build a barrier or simply place material above ground? While I understand the proposal's intent is to expand the areas where shipping containers and large sheds are allowed to be used, I believe this specific proposal will have negative unintended consequences. It creates great restrictions and limits the use of shipping containers, harming current Hamtramck businesses that rely on them. I urge you to reconsider this proposal and seek more community input before taking final action. Thank you for your time and dedication to our city. Sincerely, Suleiman." Now we have Alam Al-Samet. "Dear Mayor, I am writing as a concerned Hamtramck resident and taxpayer to express the urgent need for improved snow removal Throughout our city, many residential streets remain heavily covered in snow, with parking spots blocked and road conditions unsafe for daily travel. This has been ongoing with a little visible response from the city. What is especially frustrating is that the moment you leave Hamtramck, surrounding cities have clearly plowed and maintained their streets. The contrast is obvious and raised serious concerns about accountability and prioritization within our city services. As residents, we rely on basic services like snow removal to safely get to work, school, and medical appointments. This is fundamental responsibility of the city and should take priority over less urgent matters, such as council discussions on street name changes, while current streets remain difficult and unsafe to use. I urge the city to address this issue immediately and communicate clearly with residents about snow removal, plans, and timelines. As a taxpayer, I expect essential services to be handled with urgency and transparency. Thank you for your time and attention to this matter. I hope to see prompt action taken for the safety and well-being of Hamtramck residents. Sincerely, Alam El Samet, Hamtramck resident.
Before we go on to the next comment, Alex, can we post something maybe on social media to indicate how often, when it snows, how often do we,
Absolutely.
clear the snow? Yeah.
Yeah, there's, I mean, if we can get into it a little bit later, but
Yeah.
also with the salting, I know that it's actually, I've learned a lot within the past week about salt, I never thought I would, but, when we put in for salt for the Detroit Salt Mine, we have to give them an estimate, and once we hit that 80% mark of how much we take, we're charged for the full 100 even if we use it or don't. So it's kind of a balancing act as to how much salt we're gonna need. Obviously, this winter has been much harsher than we've had for the past couple of years, so it's one of those things where we can react as best as we can, but we also don't wanna blow through all of our salt, then go to the Detroit Salt Mine, and then have them tell us to basically get in line and wait behind everybody else because we didn't properly account for what was gonna come. But I can assure everybody here that the DPW team has been working relentlessly to get this all done. I have had a couple of calls from people that do not actually reside within the city. Myself, I'm a resident of Grosse Pointe. Our streets look like garbage compared to Hamtramck, so I understand the concerns, and so does the DPW, and we're working together to make sure that this issue with all of the snow and the salt on the road is resolved.
Yeah, so just a statement on,
Yeah,
social,
I can do
just to, clarify on what DPW does when it snows. And, even the schedule, like on weekends, does it do the same as weekdays? Just details.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
Councilman, my name is Robert Bradley, and I am a supervisor with Ford Motor Company. It is our yearly review time within our company. It's a time we recognize ourselves and our coworkers here at Ford. It brings to my mind giving recognitions to people who have impacted me not only in their professional careers, but in our personal life as well. Mr. Muhammad Hassan and I have worked together for the last year. I had recently made a career change and was new to the assembly and the automotive industry. Mr. Hassan has shown me strong leadership within our year of working together and has been a person who I have strong trust in. He has helped develop my career by giving valuable feedback and constructive criticism. He has encouraged me to continue my educational journey and pursue my master's degree. On many occasions when I have had personal issues on the job that I have needed support with, Mr. Hassan is the first person that I lean to for assistance, and he is more than happy to help whenever possible. I hope to emulate some of his strong leadership and hope to continue working with Mr. Hassan for many years to come. Thank you for taking the time to read this. This is my insight on Muhammad. I believe your council and community benefit from his leadership and dedication. Have a blessed 2026. Robert Bradley. To whom this may concern, this is from Ronald Jackson, I'm sorry. To whom this may concern, I work with Muhammad Hassan. My name is Ronald Jackson for the last 8 years and seen the progress that he has made in his community and inside the workplace. I could say from my own experience that he's a proven leader that cares a lot about his community and well-being of his employees. Over the years, he became a great friend to me and my family and straightened me out to the point that I am a great employee at this time at Ford Motor Company. He's always talking about new things that he can do inside the community to improve things like better health care, great child development, and an easier way to retirement. He always had great plans and ideas for us at the workplace, inside of Ford Motor Company and outside of the company, far as being a community activist, in my words, and speaking up for his constituents at all costs. I'm sending this letter out to show support to clear this good person's name. Ibrahim Mahmoud. Hello, this is Ibrahim Mahmoud, a resident of Hamtramck, Honorable Mayor and Council members. I respectfully request the opportunity to speak during public comments. I don't know if he's here, but he shared this as an email. First, I would like to congratulate Councilman Hassan on being elected as Mayor Pro Tem, and I thank the council for entrusting him with this responsibility. Councilman Hassan is one of the most qualified, knowledgeable, and senior members of this body, and I am confident he will serve his city well in this role. I would also like to raise several important concerns shared by many residents. While there is much important work to be done for the city of Hamtramck, especially filling the permanent city manager position, residents are increasingly concerned about the current status of the city clerk. What is the situation at this time? How long will the investigation continue? How long will the city continue paying her salary? It has now been more than 2 months. In addition, public safety is a growing concern. Residents are being robbed in our city, and many of us are worried about what steps the police department is taking to ensure our safety. At this time, it appears that these serious issues are not being treated as priorities, which is very disturbing for residents like myself. Furthermore, it is concerning to see attention given to relatively minor matters, such as changing the clerk's office door, while more urgent and critical issues remain unresolved. To many residents, this raises questions about the city's priorities. Shahidul Islam, dear acting city clerk, I am Shahidul Islam from Sterling Heights, Michigan. I cannot come to the meeting today. Here's my comment. I would like to thank all the council members to elect senior council member Muhammad Hassan as a mayor pro tem. He is very helpful to our community and very honest person. We are supporting him. Thanks. Madood Chowdhury. I would like to thank all the council members to elect senior council member Muhammad Hassan as a mayor pro tem. He is very helpful to our community and very honest person. We are supporting him. Thanks. Qazi Islam. I would like to thank all the council members to elect senior council member Muhammad Hassan as a mayor pro tem. He is very energetic, resilient, and helpful to our community, and his honesty and integrity is remarkable. Therefore, we are supporting him cordially. Thanks. Abdul Kalam Azad. I would like to extend my sincerest appreciation to the council members for electing Muhammad Hassan as a mayor pro tem. He is a true asset to our community, and his honesty and integrity are qualities that we admire and respect. Pudunya Chanda. I would like to thank all the council members to elect senior council member Muhammad Hassan as a mayor pro tem. He is very helpful to our community and a very honest person. We are in support of him. Thank you. Hassan Ayoun. My name is Hassan Ayoun, and I am a longtime community activist who has been involved in local issues for years, especially public safety and accountability. First, I want to congratulate Muhammad Hassan on his position. I genuinely wish him success because Hamtramck deserves stability and strong leadership. At the same time, I need to speak honestly about what residents have been living with for a long time: a lack of communication and transparency between the city's public safety leadership and the community. When people look for updates, whether it's on the official pages or even basic community channels, too often there is little to no information about police activity, safety concerns, or what is being done to address the real problem. That silence creates mistrust, confusion, and frustration. I want to be very clear. This is not about race, religion, or background. This is about qualifications, experience, professionalism, and whether someone can restore trust by communicating with the public consistently and respectfully. That is why I believe Hussein Farhat should be seriously considered and given the fair opportunity to serve as the chief of police. Hussein Farhat has done good work for the community in Dearborn Heights. He has a track record of showing up, listening to residents, and taking concerns seriously. He understands that public safety is not just about enforcement, it's about community partnership, visibility, responsiveness, and respect. Most importantly, Hussein communicates. He will engage with everyone in Hamtramck, no matter your race, your ethnicity, your religion, or your neighborhood. He does not discriminate. He treats people equally and focuses on doing the job the right way. Hamtramck needs leadership that is transparent, qualified, and willing to rebuild trust. I believe in Hussein Farhat has the experience and the mindset to help move this city forward, and I ask that he be given the opportunity to demonstrate his knowledge and leadership. Hassan Ayoun. And then the last emailed comment is Manzurul Kareem. My name is Manzurul Kareem from Sterling Heights, Michigan. He's a small business owner in the city of Hamtramck. Due to personal obligations, he's not able to attend this meeting this evening, and so he wanted us to read this following public comment. I would like to sincerely thank all the honorable council members for electing senior council member Muhammad Hassan as mayor pro tem. He has been very helpful to our community and is truly honest and dedicated leader. We fully support him and appreciate the council's decision. Thank you very much for your time and consideration. I truly appreciate your assistance. Now, we got the public comment for the people who are here in the building, starting off with Najee from the Maid in Bangla Town.
Is it cool if pass some papers that I got for you guys?
Sure. Thank you.
Oh, okay, okay. Think I'm good. Well, all right. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay. So, good evening, Mayor, council members, city members. My name is Naji and I'm made in Banglatown. So tonight I want to talk about 3 important things residents are actively asking about. So the first one is ice. A week ago I posted a no ice challenge video. I said if I got 100 shares, I'd bring it to city council. So it got over 300 shares. That's why I'm here. All right. So respectively, I'm officially challenging city council, city staff, the no ice challenge. Okay. No iced coffee, no ice cream, no ice cubes, no ice anything. Okay. Until ice stops being an issue for our community. All right. Okay. But all jokes aside, let's talk about ice. Okay. I mean, it's a very serious thing. Residents want to know, do we have a plan if ICE actively reaches Hamtramck? Where does Hamtramck Police Authority end and where does ICE Authority begin? If someone feels unsafe or targeted, can they call Hamtramck PD and, what happens next, right? I truly believe this information should be shared visually and clearly, like short videos, simple graphics, multilingual content, ideally with appearances from city officials and police department. Seeing and hearing directly from trusted officials would go a long way in calming fears and educating residents. All right. The second issue is property taxes. Family taxes are too high for many residents, and we're slowly pushing families out the city they grew up in. I'm in banking. We don't just look at income, okay? We look at debt to income ratio. But with property taxes, income is often looked at without fully considering the debt and financial stress, okay? So a car is not an asset. We don't look at having a car as an asset, okay? Making ends meet is not wealth, right? So we need smarter ways to qualify eligible residents for relief before people are forced to leave Hamtramck. And the third issue is the city clerk position. I don't know what's going on with the last city clerk or anything like that, but I do believe Hamtramck needs stability, and in that role, we need a permanent city clerk, right? From what I've seen, Omar has been doing a fantastic job, and I think that deserves recognition. And I think having him as a permanent city clerk will be in the best interest of the city. And yeah, that's all I got, man. So thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. All right, next up, Fail Ishmael.
Assalamu alaikum. I have complained about, the income tax officer. I have, I moved to Hamtramck in December 2023, and I paid my taxes, in time, and I get, Lara from the city of Hamtramck. They ask, they ask me for the tax for 2023. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You just put that right there on the table. It's okay.
Just that.
You can pause his time,
Okay.
or just we'll give him an extra minute.
I came to the income tax and I told him that 2023, I'm not here in Hamtramck. I moved in December 19. They asked me for proof. I give him the proof. State document. In this for vote. State document. Didn't accept it. I want to know, Hamtramck, they accept a state document or no? And I asked him, what do you need? What do you need from me? I give you that, proof I moved that time. They asked me for electric, they asked me for, anything, not state document. I don't know how they work. I give to you tonight the bank statement. I give you the rent agreement. All they said, I'm moving to Hamtramck the beginning of the year of 2024. The mean 2023, I'm not in Hamtramck. They don't believe. I don't know how they guys, I don't know how they working, and what they believe is not state, is not state document. Another thing, in the income tax, all the cities, they don't pay income tax. Only Hamtramck in Detroit. I know in Michigan, 27 or 24 states, from 276.
Give me 30 more seconds.
76 cities, they don't pay tax. Only here in Hamtramck in Detroit. Why? What do we get, special for the other cities? Thank you.
Thank you. If you can, Alex, assist him, or you can, and just take his information and then look into it, please, because I know our income tax department can be tough, but if he has all the documents, then, okay, next.
All right, Tom Habits.
Good evening, everyone. Tom Habits, resident of Hamtramck and executive director of the Hamtramck Parks Conservancy. I just wanted to speak to urge your approval of the resolution honoring Mr. Gary Gillette this evening. If you haven't been involved in a historic preservation project, especially the one of the complexity of historic Hamtramck Stadium, I just wanted to express to you how difficult, challenging, the amount of focus, tenacity, that it takes, and Gary has stepped up to every one of those challenges. He's been around town for a long time doing some really excellent work that has shined a real positive light on the city of Hamtramck as well. And so, representing the Parks Conservancy, it's our honor and privilege to pick up on his work in maintaining and operating the stadium, so we want to do a good job for him. But there's no one more deserving of this award tonight, and it's probably overdue, so I hope you all take an opportunity to not only approve it, but hopefully congratulate him on your own as well. And I want to congratulate Gary myself preemptively and encourage him to continue to do his fine work as the Friends of Historic Hamtramck Stadium continue their mission in preserving the history and promoting education of the stadium. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Next up we got is Brahim El-Gahim.
Good evening, Council Mayor, City Manager, City Attorney, Acting Chief, and Omar, the Assistant of the City Manager. A few points I have here. Of course, you guys heard many people support Hassan today, but I've been supporting him since 2005. It's nothing new. They sent emails, I'm right here saying that he's the best person to be Mayor Pro Tem, and he's probably the second after the Honorable Mayor with education. He helped so many people in this community. And he didn't care if you're Jewish, Muslim, or Christian. He didn't care if you're black, white, or green or blue. Hassan is there for you. Second point is the commission. I see a lot of commission members don't live in the city. For the DDA, it's okay. Maybe they own a business here. They could be living in Dearborn. But I think for the rest of the commission, most of the commission members should live in the city of Hamtramck. That would be nice. And I see some commission members that attack council members. Maybe one day they'll attack the mayor. I don't think it's a good thing to allow commission members that represent our city and the commission to attack elected officials. It's wrong. And also, I see commission members in two different commissions. Why? We don't have other people that can take their place? There is. The third point is the investigations. I hope you guys know that current elected officials and people that ran are under investigation right now in collaboration with the Hamtramck Police Department and the state police. And I'll confirm it. I got my connects. I can tell you the Attorney General and the Hamtramck Police Department are working together against current elected officials and former elected officials and also people that ran in the last election. It's under investigation right now. It's not a joke. Lastly, I would like to congratulate our former Honorable Mayor, Amir Ghalib, as he began a new chapter in public service within the administration of Donald J. Trump. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Rebecca Savage.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Savage. I'm a past Hamtramck resident. I lived here for 29 years and just moved to Detroit 5 months ago. I was on the DDA for over 10 years and on the board of the Friends of Historic Hamtramck Stadium for many years. So I'm here to also encourage you to vote for Resolution 2026-13 for Gary Gillette's special resolution tonight. Gary's been a volunteer, entirely volunteering his time for Hamtramck's Historic Stadium, and he's really worked hard in organizing the restoration of the stadium. His focus has always been for the youth and for having that stadium available for youth and youth programs. He's really worked, nonstop for 12 years, just voluntarily, to improve the city of Hamtramck. So if you remember back, it was over 12 years ago now, that site for Hamtramck Stadium was really a ruin. It was basically overgrown with weed trees and very dangerous. So Gary's really turned that space around, and we're really grateful to him tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Bill.
Bill Meyer, President, Hamtramck. So I'm here just for one issue. I'm here to celebrate the possible passing of the end of the Human Relations Commission to be replaced by a Unity Commission. I'm very excited that finally, I've been here a long time and things have changed immensely since I've been here. I could recite to you the problems we had in the city a long time ago, where there wasn't one person of color working in this building. Or if there was a few, very few, when I started out with the Human Relations Commission. And that very few businesses on Joseph Campo were anything other than white. This was a white city, and there's a white power structure here in this town when we got here. And we fought to try to even this out so that everybody could be treated equally, but it was a big struggle. So the former mayor, Jankowski, asked me to help be on a committee to create a Human Relations Commission, and with the help, because the Justice Department ordered it, because some people in the city who were white were harassing voters who were not white at the election polls. And so we started this, we designed this commission, and then I ended up being the chair of it for about 5 years. And we did a lot of work. try to deal with these issues. I met a lot of great people in all the ethnic communities in the city. This is where I feel I've benefited mostly from being in the city by meeting people outside of my own ethnic group. I was sorry that a lot of other people didn't take that opportunity, didn't take that chance, and instead fought to keep a lot of people out of leadership and power. So now it's many years later, and you see the change. We all are better off in the sense that now we have an administration that's willing to open jobs up for everybody, not because of your color. Now it's available to everybody once you got here. And back then there was a thing called the master plan. We called it the master's plan, which was, I went to every public meeting they had, and it was white guys in suits and ties coming into town telling us on how to do things. They had no connection with the city. They just found a way to maybe make money. I don't know what the purpose was, but they wanted to put dog parks in the Veterans Park in a Muslim community. They wanted to put baseball stadium in a community where they play. They prefer to play cricket or soccer. On and on, and there was no input. At these meetings I went to, there were no people of color in these master plan meetings. So this has all changed now. We have a master plan that's obviously going to include everybody now in the city, and we're going to build things for everybody's use. And this is a tremendous development. So I'm so thrilled that you're getting rid of the Human Relations Commission, which after I left it went down the tubes and became a divisive organization. And you know all the problems that came from that. And now, hopefully, we have a peace unity commission that's going to involve everybody in the city to work together for the benefit of everybody. That's what we wanted to do in the first place. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
I'm sorry.
may I add one comment for Bill Myers?
Go ahead.
Yes, you're right. I know all the history, what happened to you, and you was there. And it was the Mr. Mayor and all the council and all the people around here. It was the lawsuit, and I saw my face, my eyes, because of hijab. And we won the lawsuit. City have to pay a lot of things because of discrimination. So that's one I want to mention.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Bill Myers. You did a lot.
Thank you.
All right, Amy Meminger.
My name is Amy Meminger. I am a resident of Hamtramck, quite a long time. This is a bit difficult for me to say, so I wrote it down. So just bear with me for a minute.
Sure, take your time.
Good evening. I am here today to advocate for women and the disabled in our community. I am a survivor of intimate partner violence, of which I've reported many times to Hamtramck Police. Here are some, and not all of the things that happened to me at the hands of the city throughout this abuse, when dealing with police before and after disclosure. I was thrown on my bed and handcuffed by a cop for an alleged mental health check. I was ignored when I told them I was being stalked and harassed 2 separate times. My disabilities were ignored repeatedly while I was in detention, and I was not given accommodations. I was given no phone calls, and I was denied hospital care. I was told I was lying about my disabilities. I was asked if I got my disability in a war. I was strapped to a chair and drug tested. When I finally was brave enough to report what was happening to me, I was made to report in a public environment to a man in that little walk-in space downstairs. My reported cases were passed through 3 detectives, stalling the cases, making one non-prosecutable. Detectives and police had to be pressured to do their jobs. I am happy to report that the city is finally taking me seriously. With the new administration, I hope that this new group will find creative ways to include women, honor women, and believe women. I hope my current cases will be treated with serious outcomes. And I hope you will all do the same for the rest of the women and disabled people in this community from this point forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Alex, if you can look into her situation and let me know. Thank you.
Mark Corey.
Good evening. A couple things I want to mention. First of all, I'll join the chorus of people supporting Gary Gillette for a resolution honoring him. I met Mr. Gillette several years ago when he was coming for city council, and the man is known for having one of the best working knowledge of the history of baseball in the United States. And I questioned him at length regarding some of the areas of the Tigers and the local Negro League team that had played here. And it was an honor meeting him, and it was a real pleasure to have him associated with the city, and I'm glad he's finally being honored by the city for his work. Secondly, also happy to state we are working forward toward a subcommittee to create a police oversight board. Okay, I'm very happy to hear that, and I'm happy to hear the people come today and previously of all the problems we have, why there needs to be a strong relationship between the victims and the citizens and the police department instead of an adversarial relationship. And I think it's a good move. We're going forward in that direction, and I thank City Council for carrying that forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
مطهر فاضل.
Good evening, everyone. I promise you my comment is not copy and paste, so it's different. First of all, I want to congratulate the Mayor Adam and the City Council who newly took office. And I want to congratulate Dr. Amr Ghalib for being appointed to be the top advisor of the President of the United States. And my comment is about item 6E. What we need is to open the nomination process for a police chief, not for an acting police chief, because the person currently serving as an acting police chief is performing his duties to the fullest extent. What is required is to open the nomination process through the official and legal established procedure under city law and the law governing other cities. Appointing someone based on a personal endorsement is an unrecognized practice and violates the law. We are not objecting to the individual being nominated tonight. Rather, we object to the method by which the appointment is being made. We believe that if such nomination were carried out in the same manner in the city where this individual resides, he himself would object to it. I hope you will act in according with the city law, not according to the law of someone else's. And another topic or issue, it's about Knife Liberty. It's been like two years we've been going after the city council, the former city manager, the first acting city manager, and we have not heard anything. So it's about, for nearly 2 years, we have been requiring the installation of pedestrian crosswalk lines for the school. We are also requesting the repair of that alley by the school, or at least temporarily filling the existing potholes until the alley is fully repaired. I hope you will address this matter with seriousness and care.
Which alley?
As this,
Which alley, which one?
next to Kniff Liberty School.
Okay.
It's been 2 years. Also, they need lines for crosswalk, through Kniff.
You got 10 seconds.
Okay. I hope you will address this matter with seriousness and care, as this concerns the safety of our children, our students, and their parents or guardians. I hope you will make the appropriate decision, because the residents of the city are watching what actions you will take, what decision you will make, and how you will conduct yourselves. Based on that, they will judge you. Whoever seeks the respect of voters will act in the proper and lawful manner, and whoever wishes to place himself on the blacklist of history will, of course, choose his own path. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ahmed Sharaf.
Good evening, everybody. Actually, I was going to mention something totally different, and my comment is not copy and paste. Mr. Hassan ran away to the bathroom like the previous council member. When the truth comes, they run to the bathroom. But today, I've seen one of the organization. I would like to say something very important. And I would like Mr. Mayor to translate it to non-speaking Arabic, of the difference between truly American organization, how they work, and no discrimination Yemenis organizations are working. And please translate that, because the time when allow me to do this. السيد العمدة، السادة أعضاء مجلس المدينة المحترمين، السيد عدي محامي المدينة المحترم، والسيد أليكس القائم بأعمال المدير المدينة، شكرا لكم لإتاحة الفرصة هذه لي. مداخلتي اليوم والتي لا تستهدف شخصا بعينه أو تكريما بعينه أيضا، بل تتعلق بالشفافية والحوكمة وحماية المعنى الحقيقي للعمل المدني في مدينة هامترامك. خلال الفترة الماضية تم تقديم طلب إفصاح مالي وإداري إلى هامترامك كوميونيتي إنيشيتيف استنادا إلى القوانين الفيدرالية وقوانين ولاية ميشيغان التي تلزم المنظمات المعنية المعفاة ضريبيا بإتاحة وثائق الأساسية للاطلاع لعامة الناس. السيد العمدة، حتى هذه اللحظة لم يتم تلقي أي رد أو تأكيد أو استلام أو موعد أو إيضاح للنشر. السيد العمدة، وأريد أن أوضح بأن عدم الرد منهم ليس اتهاما، لكنه إخفاقا مؤسسي يثير تساؤلا مشروعا، خصوصا عندما تكون المنظمة تأخذ تبرعات من المدينة وكذلك من أفراد المدينة. طبعا بعد مراجعة القنوات العامة لم يظهر وجود إعلام مسبق لهذه الفعاليات الذي كنت أنت حاضرا فيها. هذا النمط طبعا يخلق انطباعا بأن الأنشطة ليست مفتوحة للمجتمع، وأؤكد على هذا بشكل متكافئ. تزداد الإشكالية عندما العمل هذا المجتمعي عبر واجهة واحدة متكررة، وتبرز الأخبار الرسمية لصفحة المدينة شخصا واحدا دون إبراز الطابع الجماعي للمؤسسة. وبما أن عدنان جوبح يقدم باستمرار كواجهة علنية لهذه المبادرة التي هي HCI الذي أنت كنت حاضرا فيها، فإن المسؤولية المؤسساتية في الرد والتوضيح تقع عليه إلى حين صدور رد رسمي من مجلس الإدارة، وهذا أمر طبيعي في أي عمل مجتمعي. وهنا أصل إلى النقطة الجوهرية. عندما تختزل منظمات مجتمعية داخل هامترامك في أسماء وواجهات وتدار أنشطتها دون إعلان مسبق، هذا عدم شفافية. فإنها My lord, you just to remove a second, please.
Go ahead.
I'm almost done. هنا أصل إلى النقطة الجوهرية. سيادة العمدة، عندما تختزل هذه المنظمات المجتمعية في أسماء وواجهات وتدار أنشطتها دون إعلان مسبق أو شفافية، فإنها تعرض نفسها للخطر وللتحول من مؤسسات خدمية عامة إلى أدوات نفوذ وترويج تجاري أو قبلي أو مناطقي. هذا ليس اتهام طبعا، بل تحذير مؤسسي مشروع، والحكم الفيدرالي يؤيد ما أقول. ما نطالبه بكل وضوح وبساطة رد مؤسساتي على الطلب الذي قدمناه، إعلان مسبق ومتنظم للفعاليات الذي لا نعرف من يديرها، التزام صريح بأن منظمات المجتمع المدني في هامترامك مؤسسات مستقلة لا أدوات شخصية أو اجتماعية ضيقة. شكرا لك. I wish if you translate it so they understand how very important to Hamtramck people is. I appreciate it.
Okay, summary of what he said is that the Hamtramck, I think the Hamtramck Community Initiative receives money from the public, residents, and should disclose the documents and its financials. Also that council and mayor should attend events that, especially he was disappointed that HCI, the mayor and myself was the only person there. And also that organizations should announce, put notice in advance of any events in the future. And that's it.
That's all we have for public comment.
Okay, moving on to the next item of business is the consent agenda. Does any member in the council wish to remove an item from tonight's consent agenda? The chair will now entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
No, I have to have,
Oh, you
to
want,
add some resolution.
you want to add the resolution?
Yes. Alex, we want to add some resolution. It was the last meeting in the council, but some confused, nobody can mention it.
Yeah.
Holbrook, 3011. Examination taxes.
Okay.
Another resolution. Another resolution for the building in house in Faikin. We was 2 years or 3 years ago. Our city manager, they did something, is not allowed for the state. We want to bring it back same when we have before. We want to
Talking
work.
about the vacant property.
Yes.
The percentage based on fees, so for 1 to 3 years, it's based off 10%, and
Yeah.
then from 4 to 6, I think it was 20, but it's essentially what Councilman Elsamir wants to do is revert to the prior formatting of that, which was a flat fee.
Yes, we want to bring it back same when we have before. We didn't need to ask the people when we come to investment in the city.
So you have to vote on each motion separately, please.
Yes, right.
So it's
Also-
it's added to new business, so let's,
No,
yeah.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Sumari pulled two resolution, one from the consent agenda from previous council.
Yes.
How about the second one? It was the
Second one for the,
long time ago?
a long time, 2 years ago, when
So
our
that one
city
need to
manager.
be suspend the law
Yeah.
at the resolution. First, let's go one by one.
Yes.
From the,
Passed
yeah.
the additions and deletions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was supposed to be in that section,
Yes,
right?
that section.
Addition and deletion. Now we're in consent agenda. So let's approve the consent of the agenda, and then we can suspend,
you can suspend the
suspend
law
during
and
the
those
business.
resolutions.
Okay,
Still he
So-
pull, we have to amend it.
Yes, and it has.
yeah.
I
So
second to Sumari, pull the resolution, one
Um,
resolution.
that's on the, yeah, let's finish the consent agenda. Sure. So we'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All in
Oppose.
oppose?
Oppose.
The motion carries and the consent agenda is adopted. Okay, now moving on to new business.
All business.
No, we
All
want
business.
All
we want
business?
to amend the resolution.
But
No,
Yes.
how come this doesn't have the amended, the all business?
It should.
It doesn't.
Is that the newest one?
Mr. Chair,
I thought I saw it. Go
I
ahead,
want to
Mr.
clarify one thing. When we pull the, anything from consent agenda, it has to go to the
New business.
new business.
Yes.
We did not mention that, that's all.
Go ahead, thank you.
Mr. Sumari is good now. We mentioned we're gonna go.
Both resolution, huh?
Yeah. it's not bad.
Second one will come back, suspend the law, we'll bring it.
Okay.
Okay, so old business, do you have agenda بها old business.
Resolution 2026-05.
Resolution.
I'll pull it up online.
The establishment of heart.
Okay,
She got it. Thank you.
I got it online. Thank you, Isabel. So, old business, resolution 2026-05, the establishment of Heart Home Economic Assistance and Relief for Taxpayers Exemption Guidelines.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, now we move into discussion. Okay, so
He's gonna.
initially we had, I've sat with Conrad, we had, previously, there's an option for relief, 50% relief and 100% relief. So I asked that if there is a 25% relief, because those percentages are by the state. So the state provided the, only allows us to use those percentages. So, I've sent him a table that I think is fair. I just wanted to see if that was part of this resolution or
Yeah, so
if.
he's coming right now. So
Yeah.
the only thing, because I talked about it when we looked at it, the table you sent, so the original has households from 1 through 8. The one that you sent had 1, 2, and then it started to go, it was 1, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Oh, it's okay. It's, I mean, it's just an example of numbers. It's
Right.
not, yeah. But I mean, as long as the
We just
first
need to
numbers.
Right, we just
yeah.
need to figure out the percentages is what we were
And
talking about.
Conrad, so one thing is, there's a suggestion, like the table that was sent to you. Also, there's a concern that we are requesting too much information with regards to the application, that it's too many pages long versus other cities that have a smaller number, like 3 pages application versus, and this is what I heard. I haven't seen the application, that we have a long application. The other thing is also the bank statement requirements. I don't know the other requirements, but the bank statement requirements, I believe the only, what we required is last 3 months, but the city asked for the last 12 months. And I'm just, wanted to see if you can clarify that, if it's accurate.
Yeah, for the past few years, we've been requesting the last 12 months of bank statements from the previous years. There's a lot of transactions that we have to go over now, going over there's Zelle transfers, Cash App, Venmos, other things that didn't exist years ago. Going over this class probably about 2 months ago with the state of Michigan, but there's many municipalities that require the 12
I'm sorry,
months.
but why do you have to go through the transaction? Don't you just want to know the assets amount and just want to know how much he has in the bank account, or he or she has in the bank account?
To talk about one of the examples that we recently had, for which one was for a denial, but I'm not gonna go over names, is there was a person who had $90,000 of income go through his bank accounts that are nowhere on his income or on his tax returns.
Okay.
And he could not explain or tell me why there was $90,000 that came in and out of his bank account. So there's things like this that we catch when we go over their bank account. So there's been times when we requested, like years ago, we had just 3 months. There were random 3 months that we selected. We'd find deposits of $15,000, $20,000 that we moved the next month. So once we started seeing some irregularities like that, we started requiring more bank statements to get a better picture of what's going on with people's accounts.
Now, do you ask initially for 12 months or do you ask for 3 months? And what's the requirement? I mean.
We set the requirements.
We set our own requirements. Okay, because my understanding is other cities, they only ask for 3 months, bank statements. So-
Most cities now ask for 12 months. There are other cities that require you to also do a credit score application where they actually run your credit to see what else is in there as well. We do not do that.
You mean obtain a
credit
credit
report.
report? Okay.
Mr. Chair, go ahead, yeah.
And then, okay, just go ahead. And then the other item was the application length.
The application length, the only thing of difference from our application, the guidelines that they have to fill out as a waiver of confidentiality is what we have them sign just as a precautionary signature, because this is discussed during the board review and it's technically at a public meeting, just in case there's nothing that goes in there. So they sign a waiver of confidentiality. The rest of the application is set by the state of Michigan. So the forms that they have to fill out are.
How many pages is it?
I noticed 12 pages.
The guidelines are 13. The application itself is probably 4 to 5 pages on the state that they have to fill out. There's an additional form if they fill out if they don't file tax returns that they have filled out, and that's also a state form that's required by the state.
So it's a state requirement to have
Those are,
forms.
these are set by the state that we cannot edit or change.
And that's how it's done with other cities, correct?
Yes.
Okay, the table.
So, going with you, I can go over, I know that you sent an email today that I haven't really had to go over, but did come up with like a suggestion based on some of your, hand it up to one of you, an updated suggestion of going in here, of like kind of a newer guideline.
Thank you so much.
There you go. So, in years previous, we did 115% of the federal guideline, federal poverty guidelines. The original request and the guidelines we had went to 150. This table would increase it to 175%, so that would be a 52.17% increase in the income level for residents this year, and including a 25%, so a 25% reduction. So the increase in income, also we included a 25% reduction in this table that was based on some of the suggestions and recommendations I was hearing. So if you want a moment to look those over, that's what the guidelines are at. So it would increase to a household of 1 to receive some sort of discount can make up to $27,390.
What about the assets?
The asset is still at $12,000, the asset test.
So it doesn't increase based on percentages?
No, that's set by the thing. I've looked at other communities. Some communities have a 3,500 asset. Detroit itself has a $12,000 asset. Other communities have higher assets and lower assets. So I've kind of looked at what surrounding communities have as an asset test and kind of kept it around that area.
But you're setting one asset amount for all of them. I think it should increase based on, that's my own opinion, based on the percentages. So, yeah, and I'm not saying substantially, but at least somewhat. And also the income is not much different for the 50% versus the 25% for the one person and the rest of them, So what the thing is, we want to give more people the option, to get the 25%. And if we have to limit, it would be the 100%. I think we're at the very minimum rate for the $12,000 annual income, which is it's already at the poverty line, right? Yeah.
Well, it's below the federal guidelines, but it's still within the guidelines of going in there. So we can't.
So those numbers are okay for the 100%. I just feel like 50% or 25% can be increased a little bit. That's my own opinion.
It's a discussion we have in there, so I know that the numbers you threw up there, I haven't had a chance to really kind of go over them, and I know, as Alec brought up, there's some questions in there, so going over that with you on some of the numbers you suggested, kind of figuring out what the percentages or how that was calculated on your end, we can go over that as well. It's finding the correct balance, so the more exemptions we have, the less revenue the city has, the more exemptions we get, the less staff time I have in my department to go over these.
But my understanding is not the less revenue, it's probably the millage wouldn't decrease as much.
Incorrect. The millage rate has absolutely nothing to do with this. The millage rate and millage reduction fraction is based on how many uncappings and the inflation rate. So that has absolutely nothing to do with how many of these we have.
If we have revenue from income tax that's substantial, then that extra, because we were limited on how much, right? The city collects revenue from property tax, and then it's...
We're limited on how much it can increase per year. So we can never really get more than the inflation rate according to Headley. So the millage reduction fraction goes in there to make sure that we never get any more than the inflation, like the percentage increase never goes any higher than the inflation rate.
Yeah, but I remember you saying that if somehow there's a lot of sales in Hamtramck, and
the millages would reduce, yes, because there's more uncappings and they have a higher taxable value.
So instead of being reduced, that extra income, would it, if we're given discounts, or that relief, would that affect?
It would be a double. You'd increase the number of exemptions and you would still have the millage reduction fraction.
Okay.
So it'd be a double, it would be an additional negative impact.
Okay. So,
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair,
go ahead, Mr.
so what your proposal to bring it down, if we agree, we can finish up today? Give the guidelines to him.
At this table, I think it's numbers, so is that, go ahead,
Mr. Chair,
Councilman Chaudhry.
Okay, I wish he would, I wish he had a presentation first to let people know how this going, I know he read it before, and then it was tabled it. And today, we need him to explain truly that how it's going to benefit the community. We do have, you know, some proposal or some suggestions to this, and where it will accommodate the communities. So, Mr. Connor, if you can just go over real quick everything, you know, that to recap. I know you just answered some of these questions to the mayor, but what we're trying to do is to try not to reduce the revenue to this, you know, to this is our budget. It's a budget effective.
It's a tight balancing act.
Because it's
in trying to
very
find the
important
correct-
that we're gonna have a very less budget if we started reducing and giving people poverty exemption. At the same time, we do want to help the people who are needy, who are and vulnerable, those who don't have income. Where they're going to pay the taxes? That is, you know, the truth and fact. But if the mayor and us, we discuss and suggest some things where we can work together to get it done. Sooner is better, because I don't think we're tabling it again. It's gonna affect the time frame, right?
So basically what we want to do is we want to know if these numbers are based on from what you saw from the income department where it's okay and it's the effect of it. So if you increase 5,000, how much revenue are we losing? So for example, for 25% exemption, if you increase 5,000 per an item, how much would the city, and I know you can't get an accurate number, so like.
I couldn't even guess to tell you how much that is when it goes in there, because it depends on how many people apply and qualify.
Yeah.
So it can increase exponentially, it can increase by 10 applications, and it can increase by 200-300 applications. So it's impossible for me to tell you that number, not knowing how many applications we have. So we have about, we have anywhere from between 130 to 150 applications a year. Probably 70-ish% of those get approved for some sort of discount, or for some sort of exemption, so anywhere from 50 to 100 in previous years. Increase, like I said, this is already a 52% increase in income that the suggestion is. So I couldn't honestly tell you a number of estimation of how many people would apply or qualify.
So how did you come up with these numbers then?
Well, we have the federal guidelines that are set by the State Tax Commission, the federal poverty guidelines. In years previous, we did 115%, based on what was going into, like, in everyday living. I see in myself, and every day I go out shopping, getting food, everything else, that everything's increasing in price. Cost of living has increased drastically over probably the past 10, 15 years. Having just that 115% increase, or 115% over the federal poverty guidelines, seemed a bit too low. So it was just going into the numbers. I spoke with the Board of Review during December and took their suggestions and recommendations, what they went to. They suggested to going about 150% of the federal poverty guidelines, and that's what I presented the last time. When I spoke to you about increasing it slightly, I went to 175% of the federal poverty guidelines that are set by the state. We meet all the state requirements at those levels because we are above the federal poverty guidelines, so that is okay, but it's just trying to find the proper balance. So it's trying to get the balance of what is right for the city and what helps people out as well. And like I said, it's up to this for a single person making up to $27,390. They would qualify for at least a 25% reduction in their property taxes.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Councilman Musumari.
How about the other thing, when people, they have a small house, one family, he want to extend the second family. How we want to work with the people? People, they built a second family, and they pay like 1,000. When he built the second floor, they go 7,000-8,000. How are they gonna work with the people like that?
The only thing that's going in there is before they start, if they're in an NEZ zone and they qualify for NEZ rehab, depending on the state guidelines in there as well. Other than that, I follow state law on how to add the additions. The additions are added at current year's values. So unfortunately, if they've owned their house and their taxes are $1,000, they've owned their house for that long, their taxable rate, the additions are not put on at the same per square footage prices. They're put on as new and additions at today's values.
They're going like 300%. It's not double. At least, how we gonna work with the people to make it at least double? If they pay 1,500, let's make it 3,000. Not from 1,500 till 8,000. Everybody is not gonna stay in Hamtramck, they're gonna go somewhere. We need how to work with
Fortunately,
the
that's how
people
the
to come
state law
Hamtramck.
works. So there's, unless they qualify for an NEZ zone.
State
for
law
rehab-
only in Hamtramck. We need the state law for other city. Somebody, they built a new houses in other city, even Sterling Heights, Shelby Township, Pontiac, Durban Heights, they didn't have this amount.
We all use the same Marshall and
How
Swift
you wanna bring the
valuation,
people
so
come to Hamtramck?
we use the same valuation across the state, and they're adjusted to county and city
Okay.
levels.
What
That's
about
we do.
other cities with regards to asset limit?
They're anywhere as low as $3,000, and I've seen them up to $30,000, depending on what city you're in. The further out, they have higher asset test, and like I said, I've seen them as low as 3,500, 3,000. I think one was a 2,000 something.
So the question is, can we increase it, like, for each exemption, like, as we lower the exemption amount, the percentage?
You mean per household size?
Yeah. So right now it's 12,000. For example, somebody who's making, if you're gonna go, say, exemption of 7 independents with $85,000 income, they probably get more than 12,000 exemption, assets. So it doesn't make sense to treat them the same way as the first exemption of 100% with one person. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, then what, so let's say if they have about a $20,000 or $25,000 worth of assets, you have
Yeah.
to find the correct balance of how much assets do they have to say what can they sell to pay their taxes. So would you say $25,000 worth of assets, $30,000, $40,000?
That's about double, yeah, which makes sense.
What's an asset?
Sorry, the crowd can't.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Chair?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with this one, but Mr. Sumari question was very clear. When our assessor go assess the value of that after remodeling, that need to be, fair.
Councilman, we're discussing just the.
This table.
Yeah, just the.
It's
table.
coming same thing with that related to. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So, okay, so what do you say about the assets, the limits?
I'm open to your suggestions for right now.
Yeah,
so
go ahead, suggestion.
Okay.
of what you'd like to, how much would you like to increase per household size? It's up to the council and mayor to make a suggestion right now to talk about that, so.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead,
I
Councilman.
just want to get clarified on this one. Previously, you have mentioned 100%, 50%, but you handed to me 175, so we are now up to 175
Of the federal
of
poverty
the federal guidelines?
Correct. Is what the recommendation is on these numbers that I have,
Correct.
yes.
Because there are some recommendations coming from the state and federal that you have to follow, the guidelines. That's what I'm getting from you, but I don't know if the rest of the understanding that. But we are, if there is more suggestions or way to accommodate this, or I don't know how much we can squeeze in as far as the one from 175 to 190, But the thing is, we need to work on this thing. Maybe we
Yeah,
just need
like
to
right
figure
now
it
it
out.
says that it's actually 0.7. It's not 0.75.
That's 70% of the income level from that, from the top. So it'd be like anything, so income 45% or less would get 100%, any income between 45 and 70% of the city guidelines, anything above 70% of the city guidelines would get the 25%.
Do we have
margin.
time to maybe table it? Would that still be?
We'll
I
come back
think,
to the
Mr. Mayor,
council.
you and him very close.
Yeah.
Just you throw the number, you did a study.
Okay.
No, I did not study, that's what I'm not saying. You did a study, you and him very close. Throw the number and he will accept it and go finish it up.
I know, it's.
Well, it's not up to him. He's
Yeah.
gonna
No,
take
no,
it.
no, he can go a little down.
It's
That's up to you guys.
there's
What do you want?
guidelines he's gonna follow through.
He still
Well,
follow,
Is it-
he
Whatever,
still bring it down.
whatever guidelines are set today are the guidelines we have to follow throughout the year.
Oh,
So
throughout
that's
the
why
year.
it's-
So, with regards to the amount, I feel like I'm okay with them. For dependents 1 to 8, it's just the assets, I guess.
You wanna increase that to, Mayor?
Yeah, so
25%,
maybe $30,000
Yeah,
for
go
the
ahead.
tier 3, then 20, for 50% exemption,
Well,
or 18,000, or whatever.
the asset test can't really be based on how much percentage they get the exemption, because that's gonna be based on the income, that just is if they qualify. So it's like a two-step process. So they have to be under the asset test and meet the income level. So I can't really set the percentage they qualify based on their assets.
So it's not based on the exemption percentage?
That's based on their income, so it's like a two-step process. So if they have to qualify under both, the asset test and the income level. So I can't really set the table to be based on how much assets they have is what qualifies for what percentage
But, okay, so
reduction
you
or
have
exemption they have.
$12,000, is, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's for which percentage? For,
Well, that's just
That's
a
for
hard,
100.
that's just a hard asset level.
okay.
So if they're above that, then they don't qualify.
They're
And then,
above it.
so they have to meet, it's like a two-pronged step, so it's like a two-step process. So they have to qualify for both.
So, Mr. Chairs, if you would recommend, if you want to increase it to 20, we can discuss this and then move forward, or 25.
Or we
The
can just,
asset level,
we can approve it based on, whatever agreement we're gonna have with regards to the assets, and we can discuss that. Is that
because it's
okay
to
with
be on
council?
this side where we can,
Is that
you know-
okay with council?
sure,
Okay.
okay.
But he said, whatever we approve today, he has to follow that one.
The
Can he
one.
do the math and can you agree with the mayor very close?
No, we already agreed on the amounts. It's
Okay,
just,
so then
I'm
let's
okay with
We're
that.
just discussing, it's just the asset test.
it's
I
just
think,
the
is what we're
asset
trying
part.
to figure out right now.
So
Okay.
we'll approve it,
We'll vote on it, yeah.
we'll vote on it, but we have the assets that we'll still discuss.
Mr. Mayor.
Go ahead,
cannot
Councilman.
We just this,
Musa,
thought we just
Councilman
did-
Musa.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. Maybe not directly related to this question, but my question is there, is the same house in Trowbridge or Mitchell Street, three different houses, bought in 2015, 2018, 2023. Same square feet, same everything, price could be different. How come this taxes bill, they're gonna pay, owner pay the taxes from $3,000 to $6,000? Why
Councilman,
did the
we're
bill?
out of order. We need to be on topic, but we can discuss that at another time.
Okay, I need to know this answer also. Thank
Okay.
you. Go ahead.
If you wanna do it, we could add it like a 10% or 15% riser per household size for the asset test, starting at 12,000 and add 10 or 15% to each one. It's up to you, depending on how it goes in there for every individual.
I agree with that.
And just add a riser for the asset test for kind of the same thing I did this and just multiply, like add 12 or 15% to each one as a riser for each level for household size.
And it increases based on dependence too?
That would increase the asset test based on household size. So it'd be like for a household of 2, it would go from 12,000 to like 13,200, then multiply by 1,500, like 1.15 again for the next riser. I could just create a table
Okay.
and just do it that way and add 50% to each household size for the asset test.
Councilman
Mr.
Chowdhury.
Conard, I like that, I like that suggestion, but I'm getting these feelings that those who apply for these exemptions are seniors, someone who just retired or don't work anymore, or just, have no income level people who apply for those, and they don't have more than 1 or 2 household members. It wouldn't be helping them. I would say we set a number, it's my opinion, like where it's just 20,000 asset, and then that's it. That's the asset they carry on. They're not qualified,
I'm okay with that. You okay?
Is that okay?
Mr. Mayor, okay?
You mean increase it 20,000?
20,000, and if they're owned more than $20,000 asset, they don't qualify. If they're below,
Okay with
good.
that.
Yeah.
Okay?
If that's what you guys so choose, then yes.
We're increasing to 8,000, so 20,000
So
asset.
just like 20,000 hard level?
High level, yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair,
Okay, can you call?
no, we have to bring as a corrected,
No,
Oh,
make a
amended.
motion to make an
With
amended.
with the
Yeah,
recommendation
I'll do
changes
that.
and the asset
Yes.
test.
Okay.
Yep.
So can you do like a motion to amend and have Conrad read out what
Yes.
exactly?
Yes.
Thank
know
you.
exactly.
Okay, can we have a motion to amend?
Well, he's gonna read it first.
no,
Mayor,
we have to make a
No,
motion
motion.
as corrected.
And then you will read it out? Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll make a motion to.
Okay, Chowdhury, you recognize to move the amendment?
Yes, sir.
Motion to increase.
To increase the asset level to 20K, hard numbers.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, and I think,
And then it would be, and also a motion to accept the adjusted table as presented today.
Yes, thank you.
150 to 175.
That,
Correct.
we don't
Yes.
need, doesn't need to be included in the amendment, because we're only changing the.
Well, the original
Original
thing
was
is at
in-
150%, and this,
Yeah,
the
it
event
changed
is
to
from
what?
150 to 175% of the federal
Right, thank you.
poverty
Yeah,
guidelines.
Okay,
you're right.
So just both.
and I think-
so
Both
it's
will
in
be
the-
amended, yes, sir.
Okay,
He's, okay, thank you.
Yeah,
any further discussion?
No.
Okay, if none, can you call the roll, please, for the amendment?
All right, we are talking about right now, old business, so the resolution 2026-05, the motion amendments, Councilman Hassan,
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Said,
Yes.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Chowdhury.
Yes.
So motion amendment for resolution 2026-05.
Oh, this is just the amendment, I think we'll go back to the main resolution.
Now we
So-
have to motion
Not
to
yet.
approve.
Okay, now, if there's no further discussion for the motion as amended,
Somebody have to
Can you-
make a motion.
no, we don't need, you just need to call the roll again.
No, it's amended, Mr. Mayor. Again, we have to call the motion to approve it.
We already made the motion.
No, we made the motion for amend. It's
Yes.
already amended. Mr.
Second.
Mayor, I'd
Second.
like to make
Yeah.
a motion to approve this amended
Second.
resolution.
Okay, second. It's called a sandwich thing for a reason,
Alright.
sandwich resolution.
Second?
Second.
Councilman Chowdhury,
Yes.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Salman,
Absolutely.
Bangladesh.
Councilman Said,
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
All right, so the motion to approve resolution 2026-05 has been approved.
And I should have the application, the guidelines application updated and ready in English, available to the public by the end of this week, hopefully by Thursday, maybe Friday. And then we'll send it over to be translated into Arabic and Bengali afterwards. And I'm not sure how long the translation will take, but once those are available, I'll also let you know, and they'll be available on our website as
And you'll
well.
have brochures at the office?
Well, the application will be available in the office and in the foyer, yes.
Okay, thank you.
But kind of, quick, but you do have the English version already ready, right?
Well, I have to make the. I have to
Which
make
is
the-
up to you,
Correction.
corrections,
I have to make the
I want to,
corrections, then
I
add
meant
the
to say
state
like,
form.
yeah.
Yep, like I said, hopefully tomorrow or Thursday, like, depending, I've got a couple meetings tomorrow, so hopefully by Thursday, but yeah, I have to, make the changes based
Changes
on the
and then-
amendment, and then add the state forms to get it to have one packet, so.
Thank you, sir.
By the end of the week, it should be ready, and then, like I said, I'll send it away to be translated
Thank you.
afterwards to both Arabic and Bengali, and I just don't know the timeline on the translation, so.
Okay.
Appreciate
But
your time.
for- Councilman Hassan, for the record, we initially make a motion, and then somebody second. Let me finish. Then we make somebody second. Then if there's a discussion of amendment, we motion and we second. Then we make a call for the amendment, then we go back and make a call for the previous motion.
No, no.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, my attorney, after amendment done, it still has to come to the motion to approve it.
Yes, but you
So
don't
that's all I
first and
did.
second anymore.
That's all I did. Go ahead.
All right, moving on to the next resolution, Mayor.
Okay, I think that's it for old business. We'll go to new business. Resolution 2026-13 honoring Gary Gillette for his role in the preservations and restoration of history at Hamtramck Stadium.
I make a motion?
Second.
Okay, is there a discussion?
No.
Yes.
Are you?
Go ahead, Councilman Chowdhury.
Yeah, discussion is that I would like to congratulate Mr. Gary Gillette, his role in the preservation and restoration of historic Hamtramck Stadium. Thank you so much for serving the historic stadium.
Also want to say that we also are, happy to honor Gary Gillette for his role, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm very grateful.
Okay, thank
And I love Hamtramck.
You deserve it.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so can you call the roll?
Yes, sir. Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Chowdhury,
Yes.
Councilman Said,
Yes.
Councilman Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
Resolution 2026-13 has been approved.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Moving on.
Sir.
Okay, moving on to resolution 2026-14, approving Acceptance of CBDG grant for Veterans Park Fitness Station.
I'll make a motion again.
Second.
Okay, go ahead, Isabel.
Good evening. I'm going to bring Tom Habits up with me as well to talk about this one. This is one of several grant applications we submitted to Wayne County for the Community Development Block Grant dollars. Hopefully we get more than just this one, but this is a strong first. The Hamtramck Parks Conservancy already owns fitness equipment that they need to get installed, and so this funding will help with that installation and provide the concrete pad beneath it.
Nice.
And Tom pointed out that I made a typo, and it's at Playfair, not within Veterans Park. So I don't know if we need to amend that, but we would just need you to formally accept it. And Tom can give extra context about the project that HPC's been steering.
As you know, the Parks Conservancy works not only with the city, but with the school district too, and the parks that they operate. So attracting this funding is a great opportunity for us. So I'm appreciative of the partnership, bringing the money into the city. We will then help to steward it. We are in an agreement with the school district to be able to put this fitness court over kind of on their side of the fence. It's right next to Veterans Park. We didn't have a site picked out originally, but we've all kind of worked together within the Hamtramck Recreation District plan to pick out an open site. It's actually fairly decent size, 60+ feet by 38 feet. So we need a little bit more open area. So this is kind of over in the Keyworth area. Veterans Park is a little bit too congested. But it is a fitness court like you may have seen in some other surrounding parks. It's going to be great for aerobics classes. It's kind of like a big open pad where you can do stepping and pull-ups and things like that. So we don't have anything like it in Hamtramck right now. So I think it'll be real popular. We'll help to organize some fitness classes out there along with the school district. And we would be installing it hopefully as soon as the spring.
That's okay. Is there a discussion by council?
Mr. Chair?
Go ahead, Councilman Chowdhury.
I don't have much of us to say. Actually, this is a great idea, and this is a great grant to accept this and improve our Veterans Park and fitness station. You know, I seen this other city has it, so it'll be great to have it here in Hamtramck. Thank you so much.
Is there any further discussion? Omar, please call the roll.
Councilman Osmeri?
Yes.
Councilman Saeed?
Yes.
Councilman Hassan?
Yes.
Councilman Musa?
Yes.
Councilman Chaudhry?
Yes.
Resolution 2026-14 is approved.
Okay,
Thank you.
resolution 2026-16.
15.
Approving second reading and public hearing for proposal additions to accessory buildings.
Offer.
Second.
Good evening again. I'm bringing for the second time this proposal from the Planning Commission. It's a change to a very small aspect of different zoning districts in our zoning map. We want to allow opportunities for people to use shipping containers and build sheds in districts that they can't right now, or that it isn't mentioned is the main issue. So if someone comes to us and they want to build a structure for storage purposes in the central business district, technically I'm not supposed to allow that because it's not a land use listed in the downtown. And we would rather someone use a shed and build a shed than have a shipping container in the downtown. However, there's other aspects, other zoning districts like industrial, multi-use, where we believe shipping containers are okay, just with some assurances that the building department has run into lately, trying to make sure that they're safe and up to code, and that people aren't using them for anything but dry storage unless they already have a building permit.
Isabel, so we've received several complaints from people that have those food trucks, you know.
Yep.
So how would that affect them?
So
I heard that you can't have electricity hooked up to those storage units.
So if they've gone through the process already and have building permits and inspections done, we have had this gray area, right? And the building department has worked with them within that gray area. this wouldn't claw that back. They're grandfathered in to whatever setup they have now. It regulates it moving forward with some guidelines that we didn't have before.
So if somebody wants to have a food truck again, would that affect them? And would it be hard for them to have a food, or is that?
They can absolutely have a food truck. All this says is
She's asking the permission.
they should choose carefully where they're gonna store their food items. The appropriate place to do that can be inspected and is up to code is not inside of a shipping container that has power and electric hooked up to it. I think the point of a food truck is to be mobile, is to be able to go around and service and have business operate inside and outside of Hamtramck.
Okay.
And so we just want people to have ideally storage within a cooler that's actually meant to hold that amount of electricity, or a structure that can be heated or cooled as needed.
So it can be powered from the truck itself, right? Or no?
We wouldn't want a bare extension cord running from a food truck
Okay.
into a shipping container, no. That
Okay.
is not safe.
Okay.
We want to support our food truck businesses
Yeah.
and just have better operations about
No, it's
making
fine,
sure
I'm
it's
just
safe.
asking questions. So is that how it is with other cities, or is it? I'm just wanting to see how we came up with this, new rules.
So other cities generally allow shipping containers a lot less, just on lots. We have a provision suggestion in here where someone could use it, make sure it's painted and kept up and looks nice, so that, it's not visible to someone from their house, into a multi-use
Okay.
district. I would say this is a generous ordinance. One thing that I've gotten questions about is a permit process, that we're adding into here. So meaning if you're going to use a shipping container or build a large shed, a really large one, like over, I think our limit in here is maybe 100, it's over 80 square feet, right? So
Yeah.
anything bigger than that, every 3 years, just building would check and make sure that
Okay.
someone's not running plumbing or something in there,
Yep.
that they
Thank
shouldn't.
you. Thank you, Isabel. I think go ahead, Councilman.
Can we follow in the other seating is working and they stop it? Can find out was the reason why they stop other seating?
Yeah, I can absolutely look into that more, and let you know. Shipping containers are a popular building material right now, and different fire marshals and building officials have contradicting opinions about whether they're allowed. Anything that we have built right now would stay.
Okay.
It would still be allowed.
So it doesn't affect existing food trucks?
No, they would be grandfathered in because we've done outreach to them, the building department has, I should say, to make sure that they are compliant with code. But I will look into that, Councilman.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Okay, Omar, can you call the roll?
Councilman Saeed,
Yes.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Chowdhury,
Yes.
Councilman El Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
Resolution 2026-15 approved in second reading and public hearing. Proposed additions to accessory buildings has been approved.
Thank you. Resolution 2026-16, approving acceptance of additional Spark Grant Award.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
This one is pretty easy. This is a grant you've already accepted, and we asked them for more money because our construction costs went up. So we're receiving an additional $108,699 from the Council of Michigan Foundations. That's putting pedestrian traffic calming, and safety pedestrian amenities like benches and signage in the alleyway that is used by pedestrians and cars, trying to make it all function in a safer way as a part of our downtown. We're calling it the Compo Cut after community engagement, and we're excited about it. So we're still looking for more money for later layers of the project, but we're happy to present this to you for approval.
Thank you. Is there any discussion from council? If no discussion, we'll move on to adoption of the motion. Omar, please call the roll.
Councilman Hassan,
Yes.
Councilman Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Saeed,
Yes.
Councilman Chaudhry,
Yes.
Councilman Musa.
Yes.
Resolution 2026-16 has been approved.
Thank you. Resolution 2026-17, offering the position of acting chief of police to Hassan Farhat.
Offer.
Second.
I guess I'm up. Mr. Mayor, Council, it is my distinct pleasure and honor to bring this resolution to you. I don't think I've ever met anybody that could be more qualified for this job. As a matter of fact, his police background spans longer than I've been alive at both state and federal level municipalities, including the DEA. Mr. Farhat is an exceptional candidate for this position. I've searched far and wide. He's passed every background check, with one exception. He needed glasses. He's got them with him right now. So we are all good to go. It is my recommendation that we offer Mr. Farhat this position, but of course I will leave it in your hands and your judgment.
Okay, so for the record, you've received the background check and all?
Yes, sir.
And everything is good?
Correct.
Okay. Any discussion from council?
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Councilman Hassan.
Mr. Manager, you cannot say you received the background check. You cannot receive. HR receive it.
Well, yeah, HR is.
Yes.
Through HR, he
Okay.
accepted.
Yeah.
No, he cannot see that. Let me tell you why. I'm 30 years manager, assistant manager, production manager, plant manager. I hire a lot of salary. I never can see that. So you cannot see that. HR have, HR give you clearance is okay.
Correct.
Okay, that's all correction. Okay. And I'm sorry, Mr. You want to go or I want a couple of more things?
Sure.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, if it's okay, Mr. Farhat, Hussein to introduce himself and come to the podium, and then before we discuss.
Oh my God, Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Naim Chaudhary, very good.
No, I just don't know why we keep
Yeah.
jumping into that. Yeah, thank you.
Good evening. I want to first identify myself. My name is Hussein Farhat. I'm a resident of Dearborn Heights, Michigan. I also want to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to the mayor, city manager, city attorney, city mayor pro tem, council pro tem, my apologies, and the entire city council for the trust and confidence you placed in me by considering my candidacy as your next chief of police for the city of Hamtramck Police Department. I'm truly honored by this opportunity. Hamtramck is a unique and diverse city, and serving this community, especially in this leadership role, is something I do not take lightly. I'm committed to upholding the values of professionalism, integrity, accountability, and transparency, and to building and maintaining trust between the police department and the residents we serve. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that I would not be standing here today if it wasn't for the guidance and mentorship of remarkable leaders who came before me. Prior chiefs, such as Chief Charles Kirby and Robert Farnes, as well as DEA Bolivia Country Attaché Vendel Freeney, and DEA Special Agent in Charge Jimmy S. Fox, all have played a significant role in shaping me into the leader I am today. I'm deeply grateful for their mentorship, example, and support. My first priority will be to take a thoughtful and comprehensive look at the police department. That work will begin by assessing the entire Hamtramck Police Department and meeting individually with each member of the police department. Through these conversations, I plan to take the time to truly understand where we are as a department, identify our key capabilities, recognize where we could continue to grow, and make sure every member feels heard and valued as we move forward together. I would also like to share that I have already met with both police unions as well as members of the police department, and I'm grateful for their support that has been expressed. That support means a great deal to me, and it reinforces my commitment to working collaboratively, respectively, and transparently with everyone in this organization. I would also like to thank the city manager, city attorney for their guidance and support, and the mayor and council members for your leadership and collaborations. Your support is essential to the success of this police department and the safety of this city. Most importantly, I want to recognize the dedicated men and women of the Hamtramck Police Department. Your hard work, professionalism, and commitment to this community do not go unnoticed. I look forward to working with you as a team to support one another and to continue providing professional and respectful services to the residents of Hamtramck. I just want to also add, a lot of times throughout my career, working in 30 years in local police and on the national and international level for DEA, it wasn't always the best when we hired chiefs from within. We hear it all the time. I taught in the police academy for 5 years. I taught over 500 police officers. And I could tell you the best 2 chiefs we ever had at a certain department, I'm not gonna mention it, so I don't, I don't look like I'm downplaying anybody else, have been chiefs that I mentioned, the 2 chiefs. They were from outside the police department. And again, it's not to say that we don't have good leaders in the same police departments. But remember, a lot of people don't know. I mean, we worked in the police academy, we taught police officers throughout the state of Michigan. We didn't specifically say, we just want to teach Hamtramck police officers. We all wear the same badge, we take the same oath, and we protect the same constitution. However, some management styles are different, and there's concern every time you go to a police department. However, my approach has always been a team management approach. I have met individually with a lot of members of this police department, and I can tell you, I'm not here to cause chaos. I'm here to make this police department run efficiently. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any further discussion?
I do have some questions.
Go ahead, Councilman
Mr.
Chowdhury.
Chair, if you don't mind. The questions go first for Mr. Farhad Hussain. Before applying these positions, have you had any contact with anyone in the city? How did you hear about this position?
There was a lot of discussions about Hamtramck. Hamtramck has always been an interesting place, and it's similar to the communities where I grew up and served. I heard that Hamtramck job was coming up for vacancy, so I expressed my interest for it to several members of community members in Dearborn Heights and Dearborn.
Okay. The second question, as you know, this community is a diverse community. It consists of many ethnicity, and many of the people don't speak English. They're bilingual. They have a hard time to explain things. Would you be able to handle this? Would you be able to see their perspective and the department perspective to, mitigate the situations?
So in the city of Romulus, where I previously served, we had a strong community policing program. Very strong. We worked with businesses, local residents, neighborhoods, schools, at-risk kids. We were heavily involved in it. And I carried that stuff. When I went to Dearborn Heights, the same methods that worked for me in Romulus, we did it in Dearborn Heights. And we did it with nonprofit organizations. So, of course, we have to teach our non-speaking English residents how to prevent them from being victims of crimes. I could assure you that we will have crime prevention sessions with our elderly residents. I have been lucky to have been taught international fraud. So I want to prevent these people from coming in the police station and filing a police report. I don't want you to be a victim. So we're going to be at the forefront teaching our residents how to be careful, look out for scammers, and be safe.
Thank you for explaining.
And by the way, I speak Arabic and English, so I am bilingual too. So.
If I have one more minute to...
Go ahead, Councilman Chowdhury.
The question is for the interim city manager.
Yes, sir.
Sir, did you have these positions open for open public? Did you have any other candidates?
Yeah, I had several. I had several candidates that I
applied
spoke
for?
with. Excuse me?
Sorry, I was going to say,
I was going to say, I spoke with several. Out of all of them, I can assure you that the only person that ever once talked about doing community policing and focusing on the community and being community-oriented was Mr. Farhad. Everybody else was coming and telling me about how they wanted to reorganize the police department, so on and so forth. There was never a focus on how to make sure that the police department was operating with the community, which to me was a staple of what you need in a good police chief, which is why after I did all of these interviews and so on and so forth, I thought it was blatantly obvious that if I brought anybody else to you guys for approval, I would look like a complete buffoon. So that's why I'm standing behind Mr. Farhad.
So, but for your information, per the charter, I think the city manager has the right to appoint. It doesn't have to conduct a full, even though I'm pro a full, interview process when you're interviewing candidates, but also I believe per the charter, if attorney correct.
Yeah, so the charter gives the city manager the authority to provide you, to appoint a chief upon the approval of the city council.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to post it or anything, but I can assure you, as I witnessed what he went through, he went through a long process. He didn't just flippantly, choose Mr. Farhat. He went through a process.
And the same applies to the city manager, like.
That's
we have
correct.
one-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, for the city manager, however, it's the council's prerogative.
So,
They don't have to
yes.
post it, they can pick whoever they want, but they can
Exactly.
post it.
Exactly.
They can do interviews, which is up to council and mayor.
Exactly. I just want to be fair to the rest of the candidates, because in the previous practice and previously, we heard from the complaints from different candidates that, hey, I also applied for it and I was not qualified or I was not picked due to, you
I don't believe the
favoritism and
last three
whatnot.
police chiefs were
But,
posted,
but
though.
just to clarify to the public, we are having a meeting in the public and a broadcasting to the entire Hamtramck and the rest of the world. I just want to be, include these questions so where people get clarification from city manager. Later on, we don't want to just slam, I was looting for him or her, but this is good
There's
to
absolutely a
discuss.
lot of misinformation, Councilman Charter, and I appreciate it. We definitely should explain everything. The public
Yes.
deserves to know everything. The last three police chiefs were not chosen through a process of posting. Chief Ann was promoted, Chief Al-Tahiri was brought in, there was no other candidates, and then,
I believe that
Chief
they-
Molesky was put in as an acting. So at this point, I mean, it's not past practice to post it. It's
Sure.
also, I believe that Alex went through a longer and more significant process than any of the past three chiefs.
I appreciate that. And the third, lastly, that why were we doing acting chief?
That was my point with Councilman
know,
Chaudhry, is acting position, so
Positions. We have.
it's not a permanent position, so.
Mr. Okay.
if-
If
But
you're done, I gotta
I
accept.
prefer not to do that as an acting chief. We have an acting chief police officer in current position right now, who's been serving for long decades and decades. But I mean, that's my opinions and eager to place somebody permanently so we can move on because we got a lot of work to do ahead of time.
Also, remember that the chief is gonna be
Yeah.
at will, so whether or not he's acting or not, if this body finds or the manager sees and then recommends to this council as well that there's something wrong, he can fire him at any time.
Actually, per charter, you have 6 months for directors
Evaluation.
and city manager upon hiring that they are on probation, so
Exactly.
anybody can be
As the
let
best
go.
practice, you're saying.
So it doesn't
No,
really
it's
make sense.
required.
It's required? Okay.
Yeah, so they're probationary for 6 months for all directors and city manager.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah,
You
there's
can
no.
change it from acting to regular if you would like, that's up to you.
Yeah, but like right now, there's no agreement, right? Or is
No,
it-
there's
yeah,
no,
there's
basically
no-
what you guys would do is direct us to negotiate a contract with the chief, and we'll go with what's standard. It's not gonna be something crazy, and we'll bring back a contract to you. I will bring back a contract to you at the next meeting. And the contract will be at will, you can be fire him at any time, if he's making any mistakes that the city finds not acceptable. But again, I think
We got a
that
closed session also.
his reputation precedes him.
I want to say something.
Go ahead, Councilman.
I want to say something. First of all, with all this qualification, okay, it's going to be open a chief of police. Why don't he apply for the chief of police? We already have acting guys. You don't have to. You don't have
Right,
to.
there's
What
internal
all of this
considerations
qualification-
that we don't wanna get into about that, but.
What is that?
There's like internal considerations, we don't wanna put anybody on blast or anything, but there was a
I mean-
reason that we
it's gonna
needed
be open.
to.
If you, without, okay, we're gonna, what they call, put the position publicly, and then if you are qualified for the other,
Certainly.
we're gonna hire him.
Certainly
But
that's an
you're
option.
okay, this is about the decision, from Alex. He put him in acting, and we have an acting. And we have acting, I mean, what's wrong with the
Right,
department?
Councilman,
What's,
we don't
no, what's
wanna-
wrong with the department?
I'm sorry,
The
I didn't
work,
mean
let me
Yeah, I'm
comment.
sorry.
Yeah, what's wrong with the department? The work is that there's no complaint. Everything's now been 6 months since Tahiri is what they call resign. So we have to think about. You have to think about, hey, already an acting guy is acting. What they call police is here. Okay, why we don't bring another acting or take another? When we have opportunity, he has all kind of qualification to become what they call a police chief. Yes, I mean. So you just like add another job or financially is a taxpayer. They're gonna pay. They're gonna pay what they call another position. So that's
Okay, Councilman Musa.
What's your name, Chief?
Hussein Farhat.
Mr. Farad. So far, we are recycling acting chief issue.
Yeah.
Sorry to.
No, of course.
Acting chief issue. The way our city attorneys and city manager experience, he searched every single criteria. He's the best on performance way he's come up there. If he's we trust our city manager, he's serving the community. And on the charter, city manager bring the police chief for any position and council discuss it. From my two other colleagues, so far I heard it, if I made a mistake, correct me. So far I heard it, there's a question about the acting. If we like this performance, if we like to move forward, we can remove the acting, we can permanently put him the police chief. Another things, Mr. Mayor, city manager, I don't know, you do your very best selection. If anything, council find out something wrong or you find out something wrong, and as far as I heard from the city attorney, 6 months, we are hiring him not for terminate. We are hiring to serve the community, serve the, every single place has a room for improvement. I very much believe so. He has those kind of capability and knowledge to make improvement for the city of Hamtramck Police Department. Police Department are doing very fine, but still there is room for improvement. I hope he can make further.
Okay.
If you discuss the acting, I suggest you remove the acting and put the full.
I think to have a middle ground here, it's.
Mr. Mayor, may I speak?
Yeah, 1 minute. So, and then you'll be next. So what we should have, I mean, I believe we shouldn't create an agreement. Just hire him as an acting chief. Then, whenever we want to decide to hire like a permanent, then it becomes an agreement. Yeah.
Right. The only.
Because like for other departments, do we have agreements like for any department heads?
So I don't think that, I think that some do have contracts and some don't, and, because I looked into that, some don't.
I'm just
so I
saying
don't know
it's
what the
not
past
required,
practice
so
is
that
like,
way
but
other council members
what-
feel that's okay.
What
too.
I would just, acting or not, you don't have to call him acting if you want it to be at will. It is already at will. So I'm trying to explain, and I think calling him acting sends just a mixed message. So I just want to address what Councilman Saeed said, and I think that it was a very valid point, and I understand what you're saying. The only thing is that the city manager is, the reason that the charter puts it on the city manager to appoint the chief or to make those types of decisions is because he's on the day-to-day, he's here every day.
Right.
He talks to all the people in City Hall. So when he's bringing you somebody, it's because it's not because everything is okay, as you said. There's things that aren't, but we're not able to just talk about those things publicly, okay? Because then that puts the city at jeopardy. There are certain things that are internal, and that's why he's done this, is because he's trying to help the city, and he's identified some issues, and it's not just because he thought, let me do something fun.
Right.
So that's sort of what that is, and so I also think that you can, as Mayor Al-Hadbi just said, have a middle ground. Instead of calling him acting, just make it at will, no contract. And then at some point, if you wanna give him a contract, you can. However you guys really wanna do it is fine, but I just, want you to understand that he did not come to this, I can tell you by watching what's gone on, he didn't come to this just out of the blue.
Councilman Hassan, then you're next.
If anybody want to say, go ahead, and then I will say later.
Okay, Councilman Saeed.
That's the point I want to talk about. When you say anytime 6 months, anytime we're gonna fire him, we're gonna fire him. We don't have to fire somebody. We need somebody who is chief of police. We don't need acting chief police.
Agreed.
That's what we need. Yeah. It's about, I do believe too, it's like, do you want me to tell the truth? I do believe that the way Alex, he putting Mr. Farhat is like sneak in. You understand what I mean? That's what it is. So why he don't? Yeah, it's put him in acting, and then after that put him in what they call, put him in chief of police. We have to learn from our mistakes. You understand? So we have to learn from our mistakes. We don't have to. Then something happen and then we regret and we don't come. Then we end up suing the city. In the city. We have to think about it. And I'm telling the truth. I am vote no on that regulation.
We're not there yet.
That's
We're not there yet.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I agree with you. Okay, and also our council have to understand previous mistake we have done did not brought the acting. We believe we brought somebody and we got the result. I totally agree with the Mr. Mayor. Why we bringing acting? Again, we're gonna see how his performance and after couple of weeks or couple of month and Alex say, okay, I have a confidence, and from our side we also see the good job, then Alex gonna bring to a permanent. That case, Mr. Said, you still have to have a time to see what's going on in consideration. Okay, that's why we are bringing acting. Only the reason because Alex told me if this person don't work very good, you fire me. That kinds of challenge my city managers took. So I agree with to Mr. Mayor to bring Mr. Hussain to a acting police chief. Then we still have a time, and hold on, I'll explain. Then we can do the posting for police chief, and everything perfectly done. And still he's going to be the recommendation from our city manager come to his name first, and this council body will approve that. So that's why I'm voting for yes to the acting council.
Well, we're not voting yes on that.
We're not voting. What's wrong with Andy? Andy has been here 6 months acting.
We can argue anything.
You're out of order.
Mr.
You don't
Chair.
have the floor. Go ahead, Councilman Sheldon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. After I heard from you that the charter regulates some of these positions and the city manager's recommendation, and I agreed with you, Mr. Mayor, along with my Mayor Pro Tem, that there's some time you need to sit back and hire someone to see how this person is going to be working with the communities. He may be overqualified or qualified. Still, we need to let someone to come in here and understand the community's needs and communities surrounding. And we got a lot going on in this community, So I think some of the councils, I respect to the council their decisions. However, acting chief, police chief is good to do that route. It will give us a sense of understanding later on, So that's my
that's the point of
positions,
acting, Councilman.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the point of acting chief. So acting chief is gonna come in and just work as an acting. Then the position would be posted for a permanent chief later on, where everybody's interviewed, and I believe then we can hire the permanent chief.
if he's doing great and making things better,
even
Again,
as
I just
acting
want to say
chief,
that it's up to
fine.
the city manager, whoever the city manager is, because there's an acting, if you guys, whatever you do, but the city manager chooses guys. He's the one that chooses whether or not to post it or not post it, or to provide you guys with a name or not to provide.
Yeah.
Of course, it's with your recommendations and talking to you guys. I'm sure he's been talking to you guys about this one for a while now. So that's how it sort of works. It doesn't.
which is fine,
And
Mr.
if you guys direct him to post it in the future, you can direct him to do that, but.
Okay, Councilman, you come here, Councilman, go ahead.
Okay, I have one question here. this department, police of department, how long is it? 100 years? Yeah, okay. Why is always we bringing someone from out of this city? You know, okay, we did once. Why every time you guys are not qualified people who working in the department? You understand? How long they've been serving here? Some people they're serving 19 years, 20 years. Why don't we look up? Give them the opportunity to those positions.
Can I say something?
Okay, Councilman Sumaili.
The first one, city manager, the position is still open. It's not gonna be hired chief police only from the city manager. The city manager, the position is still open, is not done. We have to open the city manager. Who's gonna be the city manager? After that one, we talked. Who's gonna be the chief police? Who's gonna be the DBA? Who's gonna be the building department? We have to open for the city manager. City manager, the position is still open. It's not done.
The clerk too.
Councilman Hassan.
Can you call for vote? We are going all around.
Yeah, we need a lot of
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay, let's.
Concentrate on this one.
Please,
Yeah.
yeah, please call for vote.
Okay.
We are an officer.
Omar, make the roll. Call the roll, please.
All right. Councilman El Samiri.
Yes, for action police, because the chief police is gonna be from the city manager. We hire and first city manager. Still open.
Okay.
Right, he said yes, sir.
Councilman Musa.
Yes.
Councilman Tadri.
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
Councilman Saeed.
No.
Resolution 2026-17 has been approved.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Next.
Resolution 2026-18 approving change of authorized signatory for State of Michigan grant and loan programs.
Make a motion, please.
Second.
Okay, discussion? Any discussion? No discussion? Moving on.
It's the easy one.
Omar, please call the roll.
Who's second that one, by the way?
I am second.
All right. Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
Councilman Samiri.
Yes.
Councilman Saeed.
Yes.
Councilman Musa.
Yes.
Councilman Chaudhry.
Yes, sir.
Resolution 2026-18 has been approved.
All right, resolution 2026-19, introducing ordinance number 2226-001, Unity Commission, and setting a public hearing. Can I get a motion?
Offer.
Second.
Any discussion? No discussion, we move on to voting. Omar, please call the roll.
Councilman Chaudhry.
Yes.
Councilman Musa.
Yes.
Councilman Saeed.
Yes.
Councilman Samiri.
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
Resolution 2026-19 has been approved.
I think we have to set for the second hearing according to law. Is the next,
Yeah,
Mr. Attorney?
we'll discuss that. Now moving on to reports, because.
No, it's not
No,
report.
we have to
We
set
have two
around.
resolutions.
For the ordinance, yes.
Yeah, for the ordinance.
That's the
why-
first year, yeah, we have to set it.
This is gonna go.
Second hearing date, next council meeting, that's it.
Oh,
Yeah, first hearing and second hearing.
Today's the first hearing, we're doing a second hearing next time.
yep, that's.
First
yeah,
resolution, 3011 Holbrook.
Hold on, Mayor will call.
Oh,
So-
so we need to suspend the.
Now you.
No.
So for this one, it was moved from consent agenda, right?
We can,
Yes.
Yes.
No, it wasn't in the consent
So
agenda.
suspend the rules.
Yeah, we have to
add it
suspend the
on.
rules, okay.
Suspend the rule.
So, okay, do we have a second to suspend the rule?
I don't
Can you,
understand.
you'll have to say why you're suspending the rule.
We suspend the road. We was the last meeting, there's a resolution over there. When we have a lot of confused, we forget. Make a report, the resolution is not done. We bring it back.
So, resolution,
Mr.
okay,
Chair?
go ahead.
so he got a two resolution. One resolution, we calling, pulling from the consent.
So we'll suspend the, Councilman Hassan, we'll suspend the rules, then we'll introduce those two new resolutions.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
makes sense,
So,
makes sense,
Okay.
new resolution.
sus-
I call suspend the rule.
okay, who, can we get?
Second.
Okay,
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. So, now
Aye.
we make a motion to introduce the.
We make a motion for the resolution 3011 Holbrook. Exemption, tax freezing,
Forbearance, yeah.
forbearance
Okay.
for the.
Is there a
for the people.
second?
Second,
Okay, now for discussion. Any discussion?
yeah, Mr. Chair,
Go ahead, Councilman Hassan.
I wanna understand, honestly, I'm very off. Can you please explain to us
What's going
what
on?
is the reality right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can explain the intent, because Councilman El Samir and I talked about it. At first, I thought it was a freeze. And I was
Yeah, it's a
we're
freeze,
very-
yeah, it's
we're
not,
very-
it's not
a
tax break,
freeze.
it's a freeze and,
It's a forbearance, so essentially what he wants to do is for that address, it's a business.
We
So
help-
in order to help him get started,
yes, we wanna help the people come to investment. He play the grant last years from the first years. He make the grant May. And he follow in the city, they take 6-7 months. He payment.
right,
We wanna help the people how to come investment. If I give him freezing 3 years to help the people to come to investment, this is a commercial, it's not a resident house.
So,
We wanna work with the people to come
yes, yes, I
investment.
agree. So this is the statement, right? We got
Yes.
it.
Okay,
Okay,
can
we
we,
wanna save the time.
can we hear from Isabel then, if there's anything, please ask for permission.
I know that there's been delays with this particular project. They changed their idea many times, and we had several sit-down meetings to try to make sure that their engineers understood feedback, that they were not correcting for plans. So I know this project very well. I think that in order to bring a proposal that council could vote on, generally the correct process is that they meet with the city manager, with the Community and Economic Development Department, and talk about a separate tax incentive or other abatement program. And I think we should follow that process, because then we can make sure that it is a well thought out and thorough decision. Of course, I support helping our businesses and wanting to attract development. I just think we have to do it in a way that is well thought out, and I would encourage us to have meetings about it beforehand to bring proposals as opposed to tacking it onto the agenda.
So when you wanna freeze 10 years,
Not 10 years, 3 years.
3 years.
3
okay.
years.
So
We
currently it's a
was,
lot,
we
right?
was some company, they make it 10 years if there's no reason.
Yeah,
We wanna help the people.
Yeah.
Come to investment, it's a commercial. Help the people. They play the grant. He pay the payment already over 7 months. The gap is not started. We
okay.
wanna help him, to give him a little,
Okay.
a little thing.
Councilman
3 years.
Chaudhry, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, we should address to you first before
Yes.
the rest of the council start of talking.
That's correct.
So I would like to know from Madam Isabel, are you recommending this type of procedures? It's kind of like asking for,
Accept to us.
no, it's.
Accept to
Let-
us.
let him
Excuse me,
finish.
Mr.
Let him
Councilman
finish.
Smart. It's, we did this in the past, for bigger projects, bigger buildings, $18, $20 million projects, tax abatement. Is this something that we're leaning toward that, like this person asking for a tax freeze or tax abatement, where they don't pay or increase for a while? Can you explain a little bit? I don't understand from
Can I
Councilman
also-
Samari,
It's a
to be honest
similar
with you.
question.
Excuse me,
I wanna add,
excuse me,
give me
excuse
one
me.
second, give me a second.
You
I
don't,
would-
you don't
yeah,
know what we
Councilman,
did
Councilman,
before.
Councilman.
Excuse me.
It's
You
a
don't know
test.
what
No,
we
no,
did
it's okay. We need to
before.
recap.
Hey,
You don't know what we did before.
Councilman,
They did like over 10
You don't have
years.
the floor, please. So, Isabel, so a similar question. So we've had companies, bigger companies that come here and we give them tax freeze for 10, 15 years, not 3 years, as he's requesting. And do they go through that process that you're talking about? They go to the economic?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay,
We want to know what the community benefit is going to be. We want to look at their pro forma. We want to understand how much, dollar amount they're investing. We want to understand their construction costs. We want to understand what the salaries are they're gonna have.
but don't you
Want to
already
be
have
able to-
that? I mean, they already submitted those documents.
No, that's what I'm saying.
See?
I want this to go
Nothing
through a
there.
process that
Yeah.
tells other developers that when I wanna develop in Hamtramck, I
Okay.
can set a meeting and go through this very transparent, thorough process to be
Thank you.
able to support me, as opposed to just, knowing a guy, right? And all due respect, Councilman, but we have to make it transparent,
Thank
fair, and
you.
open. Otherwise, we don't attract investment truly. So we want to have, you know,
So
I would love to request.
you're saying it's okay, it's, you know, like, it's normal to give that kind of
Yes,
tax
please.
freeze, but they just need to go through the process, and then you come to council and present it.
Right, and
Yes, sir.
there's different
This
types
is
of
done today.
programs. And I would love to set a meeting, you know, with the developers. I know them.
Thank
Okay.
you.
They
Mr.
don't
Chair.
come back to the council, we prove it today. It's not gonna come back to the council.
I just don't have any evidence to recommend that you do that, without the details that I just listed.
Okay, find out the evidence.
Okay, any,
Mr. Chair,
go ahead, Councilman Musa.
I think so, Mr. Councilman, he talking with the business guy, let him to sit down with Isabel,
Yeah, he's gonna sit down.
sit down with them, get the, whatever the requirement, get the requirement, council will be help you to fulfill this desire.
Okay.
We do our very best. We
Okay,
wanna-
so you wanna table it, or?
No, it's not table, it is done.
It's
It's
done.
gonna come the investment to the Isabel,
Oh.
it's gonna deal with them.
It's done. It's
Oh,
done.
Yeah.
okay,
Mr. Chair,
okay.
only one word.
Go ahead, Councilman.
Okay. Sumar is right.
Okay,
Previous practice
yeah,
was done without paperwork from the
Okay.
council. That's why he was telling.
Yeah.
But we okay. Now,
Okay.
Sumari okay, we okay.
okay, so,
Just wanna do better.
Yeah, do better. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay, so,
Chaudhary.
let's
You
then
brought
call the
the
vote.
New things, yeah.
Call the roll.
Councilman, well, first of all, who first and second? I'm sorry, I didn't take note of that.
Sumari, for a
Motion,
second.
Hassan is second.
Yes.
Hi there, Councilman Hassan,
I still want to vote yes.
Councilman Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Saeed,
Yes.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Chowdhury.
No. I don't
Okay.
understand.
So moving on to this second.
No, I get a second resolution,
Yeah, oh, that's what I mean.
suspend the law, we have a
We
second
already
resolution.
suspended the law, so just make a motion to introduce that
We
resolution.
make a motion to the other resolution for the vacant property. We wanna bring it back, same when we have before.
So in 2023, it was passed. where-
Let's have a second.
I have a second.
Second, okay, what is it?
So, yeah, in 2023, it was passed where it moved from a flat fee to a percentage scale based on the assessed value at that time. Councilman Al-Samir and I have talked about it. He wants to revert back to the flat fee.
Yeah, they hate the people, they don't wanna be the people to come Hamtramck. Other guy, they hate the city.
Could you explain it further? What is it?
Yeah, yeah.
2
Do you
years
hear?
ago, a vacant property tax,
Mhm.
they didn't call it a tax, vacant property fee.
Yeah.
And basically, he made it so that if you have a vacant property that's sitting there for a long period of time, an added fee is assessed to try to, get people to develop that
Oh,
property.
okay, yeah.
Because then if you're
Okay.
gonna get it, it's not just sitting there type of
And
thing.
it's, that's not common in other cities.
No,
Yeah,
I
okay.
I give you some example on one thing. Do you hear someone in the state, we have empty lot, they call vacant lot. To make a registration, to make it a vacant lot, he make that one, he wanna have the people to move from the city. For 6 months, we didn't have to have registration for empty lot, that's your lot. Anytime if you own this lot, you're gonna build it this year, 10 years, lifetime. Now he type it to hit the people. You have to have a registration. 6 months, $500, come in and out, 6 months.
So the
Very bad.
The
So
proposal
do-
is what, extended period or to?
To revert back to the fixed fee, whatever it
Yes.
was
Okay.
before. So it's still gonna be a fee, it's just not gonna be.
Yes.
It's gonna be the fee, but same when we
Okay.
have before 2023.
Okay, so, anyone else have?
I want to talk
Okay,
little bit.
go ahead, Councilman.
Again, it's gonna be fee, has to be fee. But registration things, what Mr. Councilman Al-Sumar is saying, he already buy it is him. If he don't fill the city requirement, and then he can go, I mean, city can go to the owner, this is the document, this is the way you told us, now you're not doing that.
Okay.
Okay, those kinds of things. My brother-in-law, by the one empty lot, city forced him to give up the lot to the city back. So, I'm the witness. So again, and no problem, if you have the fee over there, reasonable, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Mr. Chair? Gonna be the fee just only for the house and the building fee.
Please.
Not empty lot.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me refresh everybody's memory. We try to improve our budget. We try to improve our city lots. So many vacant lots have been sitting there for years after year. Nobody doing anything, just paying the taxes and keeping that empty lot for nothing. We were giving people a chance to build houses, business, with those who are interested to build something. But now this was the idea, to reinforce the empty lot owner to build something or do something with that, so other people have a chance to do something, because if you just pay the taxes and do nothing with the lot, that's just not going to do anything for the city. But we go back, we reverse the decisions and give this lot owner just to pay the tax and sit on it for decade after decade. What good does it get? Why are we reversing it? We wanted to put a little bit pressure on the lot owner to do something. That would give us a property tax. That would give people to leave, build the houses, businesses. They wouldn't be leaving if they build something here. Empty lot won't do anything. I don't know why it's like we're trying to favor just few people and to alleviate from the reality. Please be mindful. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, can I have a minute, sir?
Go ahead.
Actually, I'm very much agree with Mr. Chaudhary. Our empty lot need to be built up, need to do something there. And I'm part of agree with our Councilor Sumari, but we have to put something between. Give the owner 2 years or 3 years, you have to build something in 2-3 years. Not right away, not forcing, but if you don't build 3 years, so what are you gonna buy this property? Why are you gonna buy this empty lot? If we can put the time limit there, there's a timing, I said 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever council decided, mayor decided.
It's already there.
We'll go from there.
2 years.
So 2 years may be not enough, give them another year, I'm just telling my experience, my
I think
idea.
the discussion is about the fees, it's not about the period. It's about the fee that they get, the registration fee. And initially, it's just one fee, right, when they purchase the lot, and then that's it. Now they're doing it, requiring a fee every 6 months. So I think do we want to keep paying that fee every 6 months, or?
They don't have it before. The guy, he wanna type it to hit the people. We requirement to a 6 month is drawing for the house or building vacant, not empty lot.
Mr. Chair.
How they are working for the building and the housing.
Mr. Councilman, let me remind you, after we did that, we had many residents bought the lot, built the houses, did a lot of things over the last 6 years. And we reversed that. People's gonna sit on it, do nothing. They're just gonna pay $600 for empty lot the whole year, and that's nothing. That's a chunk of change. But we need to sometime tweak it to say, people, hey, you wanna leave, you wanna do something with that? Sometimes you have to reinforce some ordinance to do so, get it done.
Okay, because the meeting is taking too
Yeah,
long,
I'm
so
just. Thank
Isabel,
you.
if you want to add something real quick.
I just had one quick thing to say, 2 separate issues, okay, registration and then the percent increase, okay? Whatever you wanna decide about registration and fees, that's small. The percent increases, you could make a change where only after someone has been sitting on the property for like a long time, maybe, not hitting them with a percent increase fee at 6 months or a year or 3 years or whatever it is. And because sometimes that is how long it takes to get money for a development project. We talk with people about that all the time. But we do have folks who have been sitting on, empty property in our downtown for 10 years, and not doing anything with it. And those are the people I think that really, the core of this is a good idea to focus on. And,
I think the discussion is
support.
only about the fee, not the percentage. Is that right?
Yes.
It's just the
brought up
fee.
some of that too,
No,
so
just the fee.
Yes.
So the registers, we don't want to go off and include other things, so it's just the fee. So
It's
let's vote on it. Omar, can you call the roll?
So this is,
A resolution to revert back.
taxes, flat rate property.
Yeah,
Correct.
Robert, the building,
registration.
Viking or housing.
The registration
Yeah.
fee.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, only remove the fee.
Yes.
Yeah, the registration fee only.
Alright, so, Councilman Saeed,
Yes.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Chowdhury,
Yes.
Councilman El Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes, because I argue that 2023 against that, so yes.
Resolution twenty
It's only
twenty-six
registration fee.
has
I
been
know.
approved.
Okay, I think now just a motion to end the suspension of the rule. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and now moving on to reports. I had some stuff in the report, but I'll mention them because this has been a long meeting. We'll mention them in the next meeting.
We do have a closed session.
Yes.
Yep. we have to
Oh.
go close
Who will
session.
order the dinner?
Closed session? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to closed session.
No, you mayor, your report,
your report.
then the council, then everybody will leave and we will have a closed session.
Oh,
It's just us.
Your report.
okay. Oh, just the report?
Yeah.
Okay, so, like I said, I'm just gonna keep that to the next meeting.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, Mayor Pro Tem, do you have anything?
Yes, I oppose the consent agenda because couple of resolution conflicting with the Michigan state law. There's the few lawyer emailed to me also. I already addressed to our city attorney, and that day city attorney told me I didn't see, but there is something, we have to fix it and bring the resolution back. Because Michigan state saying city cannot set the criteria for candidacy. Okay, so those kinds of things I want you to please look at that very closely, work with the mayor. If we have to bring it, we have to bring it, because some of the attorney in the Michigan only look for the violation and sue the city, survive their life. There's a couple of attorney name he already knows. We don't want those kinds of things. That's all.
Okay, so now we go to closed session?
No, sir, no, no, wait. We have
Oh.
some disclosure.
Oh, go ahead,
more,
Jack,
if you don't
Councilman.
mind.
It's a long
If I
meeting,
may
so-
go? May I go?
Go ahead.
Thank you. So, first and foremost, Assalamu alaikum, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here in this cold weather. Thank you for your valuable time. And I want to thank PS Institute doing their great job for the communities. It's really helpful to the community. Second, I want to recognize the passengers. Recovery is peer-led. It's really important. We need it in this community. This is United States of America. There's a lot of stuff going on. I grew up here. So, and the second, and also want to recognize Mr. Naji Chowdhury, Made in Bangla. Thank you for your ice thing. I like that ideas and other property things. Appreciate that because you brought up the good points. Because people like you need to come out here and speak on behalf of the community. That'll help us to mitigate, understand the community needs. We alone cannot just do it. It is our just the second week council meeting. We don't do day-to-day operation, but we do communicate with the city manager. He's doing a great job, and the chief, everyone. But we need a feedback like you to come out here and speak on the things that matter to the community. And then lastly, in this cold weather, please stay safe. May God bless you.
Thank you.
And if you need anything, reach out to our city departments. We will do best to help you. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from council? Go ahead, Councilman Musa.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council, Mayor Pro Tem, City Manager, City Attorneys, Police Chief, Acting Police Chief, my fellow people in here. Everybody coming with very cold weather, still you coming here. Thank you for your support. Mr. Police Chief, couple days ago, 3-4 days ago, something happened. Incident happening Subaski Street. Somebody stepping. I don't know what's going on. if you can you give us some little bit report? And please, we need to more police patrolling for our city's resident and business people to the more security. It's happening last 2-3 weeks, it's happening twice. Finally, city doing much better job, but they can do better than whatever they're doing. People of Commerce Street, three residents called me up. Their street is really still under snows. No snow shovel go there, no snow truck goes there. Is city manager and DPWD, please check out those things. People need to be served better than this. And thank you very much to come in this evening. And I thought police chief,
Yes.
sorry, we just approved acting police chief. I'm not seeing here. Thank you to coming here, and I hope you're gonna watching me. I'm not sure is anybody take that much risk for a position, but thank you, Mr. Chaudhary. He's a acting city manager doing very good job. Yeah, I'm appreciating. He took his job, the risk position. He said if he's doing something wrong, we can fire him. We don't want to fire anybody else, but thank you to take the step that much hardly.
Musa,
Councilman.
Councilman Musa,
Councilman.
if you say he did a good job, he did a good job. Why you
Wait,
why you
that
agreeing
one-
to
Mr. Chair.
hire acting manager?
We're gonna talk to you later, little bit,
You don't
5
have to
minutes
say
later.
that, man.
5 minutes later, we're gonna talk to you.
He is a
Okay.
good-
Can I respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, yes, I promise you, we are out in the community, our police officers, that
Yes.
crime detectives went door to door, and we do have leads. The other crime you're talking about was solved. We went from 0 to the armed robbery with the shooting that we are reported, so we are on it. I wish we could prevent crime, but I'd be lying, or any police should be lying if we could present 100% crime, but we are out there, I promise you. So, you know, I would hope in the near future you'll see another arrest on that case. We're actively involved in it, so, if anyone has any, residents see something, call us. We are out there trying to do everything we can.
Thank you.
Mr.
You know, I'll add 2 more items since we're keep, so I have 2 reports. First, I want to say that I'll make it quick. I recently met with State Representative Tanya Phillips, and we're gonna plan to meet with other representatives to make sure that we obtain grants and that we ensure the city receives its fair shares from the state resources and attention. Also, regarding the city manager search, we are in the process of hiring a permanent city manager, and we're just working on resumes, and we'll be conducting interviews soon. So those are the 2 items I wanted to add. So, is there anybody else in council?
Mr.
Go
Chair,
ahead, Councilman.
I was just going to,
Let's
thank
make
you,
it,
sir.
quick.
Police Chief, what Mr. Councilman Musa was saying, that he was referring to hijacking on Sobeski,
Yes.
that many cars are getting stolen and many of them getting hijacked, so the person was going into the house and he noticed someone was trying to steal the car, and he was trying to call neighbors to prevent that to be happening, but he was also attacked, So what we trying to ask that more patrolling, more police officers to be visible in areas, because things are not going well economically. So hopefully, our neighbors, our residents feel safer.
Yeah.
That's all.
So,
Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry to cut you
I
off.
was just gonna say 100%, we are in those neighborhoods, we've been in those neighborhoods, we can't be, unless if you give us the budget and we have 100 police officers out there. then we
That's
are-
what I was
we
gonna
can't.
say. There's other items, like
Right,
there's
we're talking
auto
patrol.
theft, there's patrolling. Now I heard we only have 1 car. There's so many. I think we should meet with the new acting chief and the deputy and
Yes,
just
sir.
look at all the issues that residents are talking about and discuss the solutions. But
Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll move on to public comments.
All right. First up we have is Ibrahim Al-Gahem.
Thank you again. It's a long night. You guys still got a closed session, maybe till 12 o'clock.
I just want to recognize Passenger Recovery and PS Institute. In the community, I realized, and before I worked with the school department and all that, we have a lot of mental illness in our community. I can tell you there's in every Yemeni family, I don't know about the Bengali, but every Yemeni family has a son or daughter that has mental illness. And I'll say it very loudly.
God help.
The mosques are not talking about it. None of the masajid are talking about it. Sheikh Bilal just talked about it last week in Dearborn. He's no longer here, by the way. So this is a very serious matter. If the city can do a budget also for the police department to work on mental illness, and when a family call for a family member that's mentally ill, the police department has to be ready. Because, he's mentally ill. He'll do anything at the moment. They need to be trained on how to work and how to treat mentally ill family members. And lastly, I want to congratulate Hussein Farhat on his position. I've known Hussein Farhat for many, many years. Thank you, Alex, for doing a good job on interviewing the candidates. And good luck to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we got Mark Corey.
That's your attorney.
Well, I just want to point out a couple of things. Over the last approximately 13 years I've been here in these council meetings, what has struck me is how quickly we hire people. And we go overboard, we hire them, and then, 6 months later down the road, all of a sudden, there's some big lawsuit, turns up the paper, the entire nation knows about it. So this has been, I think, to try to minimize it. I can remember when the city paid $20,000 for a city manager search, we got Steve Duchesne. I thought, great, Steve Duchesne. I talked to Kathy Ord. Yeah, he's a great guy. Turns out nobody hires him. Instead, we hire, get other people, and they're gone. Then we get Max. After Max, leaves, he comes back again in some very quick fashion. It's added to the agenda last second. All of a sudden, Max is back now. This is, you got to be careful hiring these people. And when you draft the contracts, for instance, Bill Cooper had arbitration clause contract. He couldn't sue the city, so he filed an arbitration claim. He won his case, but it was limited. It was done with quickly. I'm wondering why these people, all these people suing, are all the press or blabbing their mouths off. Well, they have confidentiality agreements. If they leave, they have to keep their mouth shut. That's how you don't see big companies get sued all the time, because these clauses are put in employment contracts. When that happens, the city's protected, privacy's protected, everything's protected.
You can't do that for municipals, just.
Well, they did it for Bill
You can't for
Cooper.
municipal.
They did it for Bill Cooper. He brought an arbitration claim.
Confidentiality.
Okay, let's let him finish his comment.
If it's confidential, but no, for arbitration, you can.
Go ahead, sir.
So, just to let you
Continue.
know. So, be careful. I talked to this fellow, this Hussein Farhat, I never met him before, but I talked to him a little bit in the hallway. But he seems like a decent guy, but so Jamal. When Jamal was hired, I liked the guy. I met his father. Seems like a great guy. And all of a sudden, there's problems 6 months down the road.
That's why
So
acting.
You never know. I mean, this guy was a DA for many years, so I think he's been out. If he's out patrol that long, he should be a good chief. Okay, but so I'm saying, be careful.
There is some consultants here in this. So they don't care about this city if get sued, if get anything. That's some councilmen. They are here. One of them, I'm not gonna mention his name. He don't care about this city. He care about how he revenge from the people. He don't care about this city. How many sue we have already. You know, so that's what it is. That's what happened.
Well, I appreciate your input.
Yep.
Okay.
Next up, we have is Ahmed Sharaf.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Mayor, can I direct a question to you or one of the?
No, just please speak your comment.
Yeah, I mean, can I talk to one of the members?
No, just
Okay,
speak your
great.
comment.
Well, you're gonna direct that. So, last council meeting, I've been realized something. Me and you talked that we're not bringing the discrimination, right? I'm not willing to, but I can bring it to myself. One of our Bengali brother came in with the disrespect language, stating that we are a face group news, okay? And today, Mr. Naeem referring literally the same thing, thanking him that without him,
But
you
please,
guys,
no personal attacks, just
that's
make it general.
it's a freedom of speech.
I know,
Isn't it?
but
That's
no
not
personal
attack. That's not attack. If I was attacked and you wouldn't support that, Okay.
Go ahead, continue.
Okay, Mr. Mayor. When Mr. Dr. Martin, the events, was our, Bengali media showed up that morning? The answer is no. So for the past 3 years, we've been covering all the news, bringing all the equally, everything happening in the city, bad, good. Actually, we speak positive. Mr. Craig been here for what? I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe 20 years? So my thing is equally. Another thing that I realized, Mr. Saeed was speaking, if everybody was cutting him off. Does he have a freedom of speech? That's not, does he? He was questioning a question, and Mr. Hassan tell him no. So I'm gonna tell Hassan the same thing. Stop discriminating people, please. And I'm talking to you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much. And the lastly thing, one of the members was misleading information. Does the lawyer have the right to correct it right then, sir? I mean, I'm not against that, but if I say something against the chatter, do you correct it right then, or you mislead the public? I'm not talking.
Time's up, time's up.
I just need
Thank
that
you,
answer.
thank you, Ahmed.
Yeah. That's not against our, I just want to say something here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
next up, Dr. Alam.
What's that?
I never said no to you.
No, that's not all.
That's okay. Let's,
Good evening. Thank you so much. 120 seconds is very hard to speak. On the last council meeting, I was hoping to say thank you to Mayor Adam Al-Harbi. Family emergency, I have to step out. And when I came back, I know that the council approved the name and the street for Sheikh Hasina. And after that event, I left. And then later on, I saw that you canceled it. And then I heard that the naming of the street for Khaleda Jia, that was canceled. I think that was a fair play. What you have done today, Mr. Gary Gillett, was the thing needed to be done in city for relevancy. So we really appreciate that what you have done. But I understand this community and this council and this entire Bengali community and Yemeni Arab community. Sheikh Hasina, that was defamed the other day, but we are very dear in this community. I will speak from my mind that Sheikh Hasina, many of you know that the genocide was happening in Myanmar, and Sheikh Hasina was given from the international community the mother of humanity. Sheikh Hasina is the one who was the daughter of the founding father, who brought the woman literature, who brought Bangladesh to the country where it has been flourished to the development. We have 100,000 Bengali live in the state of Michigan and the state, in the Hamtramck. We have thousands and thousands of Bengali. This is dear to our heart. Whether the naming is relevant, but we stand and we will defend that what goes within our household, within our business and dealings. At the same time, I am so proud to support Sheikh Hasina, and I will come back. Those people who are emailing and defaming, Sheikh Hasina and all this. But it would be nice that we can stand and come here and get those topics for 3 seconds or 3 minutes or 2 minutes.
Thank you.
At the end, I have still 5 seconds. Mayor, former Mayor Badr Ghalib, congratulations on his, appointment by the president, and also congratulations to the acting city police chief.
thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Mr. Chair, if I may just get 30 seconds, I wanted to get attention to Mr. Attorney and City Manager. I think the last public comment should be related to the other agendas. Cannot be brought any other stuff here, even the previous.
That's correct.
Past.
You're absolutely right.
It has to be related to this
related to
hour.
things
What we
that
are
passed
relevant.
today,
That's true.
what we
Okay.
did today is about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any more public comments?
Yes, sir, there's 2 more. Mutahid, Fadl, and let Faisal go first.
Faisal.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
To say what I heard, sometimes we working hard, guys, to this, an election, to put you over there, to elect you to over there to represent us. But some of you, when he get in the seats, he working for himself, not for the residents of who who elect. Like today now, I think maybe Hamtramck now is rich. As I agree with brother Yusuf Said, when you bring someone same position, what this guy doing? Now you bring him. Who's gonna be the higher? Who's gonna run the police department? Answer. This guy or the new guy? Tell me. If this guy he's already there, what he gonna do the new one? If that, what are you gonna do with this guy? Tell me who's the one now. We have to know who's gonna be run the police department. We wanna know who's be responsible for that. And this is the first time, it's still 2 minutes, even I don't, okay. So, guys, please, working to support the community and the city, not someone to know someone. I heard they bring him to the restaurant, meet him many times or 2 times and just, make something, Please, working together, working for the city, we working hard for you to get some benefit from you. Not for myself, for the city, for the whole residents. Please. And also, can you give me a minute for?
Usually there's no minute, but I guess it's yeah. Thank you, Faisal.
All right, and then Mutahar Fadl.
Hello again. Okay, I have things to say, and I know a few departments will go after me and find some violations to ticket me. They have done this to me before when I say things that no one like in this. First, I want to thank Saeed, and I want to salute him. He's the one who spoke for the community. And second, I wanted to thank the Deputy Chief and his team for his hard work. And what I want to say, you guys discriminate against this guy tonight. You did. What happened tonight, you all lied and you said, is no one talk about it and no one gave order to anyone to choose someone. We know how this played. Someone played the rule on this. And someone ordered someone. So it was a deal, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And we will remind you, and you will be surprised, and you will be embarrassed too. And things will happen, and we will remind you, we will remind the public. You failed us tonight, you did. You work in favor of one person in this room, and you forgot a whole city. So, what I want to say, the city manager said he already got the background check for the appointee. We wanted to see this, please post it.
You don't have the right to see that.
No.
We're gonna have to file a lawsuit.
No, sir, it doesn't work like that.
Because we have information that he have some problems in his previous departments. We wanted to know this.
Okay.
We wanted to know this. So I wanted to say, tonight is a scandal instead of doing a job for the city. And I want to say, do I still have time?
Yeah, go ahead.
15 seconds. To Ibrahim Al-Gaim, he said earlier that why do commissioners talk to city council? We are citizens, we can speak. It's our right. I don't know why Mr. Ibrahim Al-Gaim always defend the wrong people. Does he collect anything from them? I don't know, I have no idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Mutahar. No.
No.
Well, if there's something I learned today is that a lot of people love our deputy.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now we go to closed session.
Thank you for being here.
And also, I want to